Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy. Joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on
9.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra and Kumasi. We are on Love 99.5 FM in all 16 regions of Ghana. You'll also find us on myjoyonline.com, on YouTube, X Spaces, and on Facebook. Coming up, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP is set to present himself to national security after a failed attempt to search his home last week. But as the MPP describes the development as an abuse of power, government says the security agencies are just simply doing their work.
In this government, if you talk, you are silent.
They should go to court if they think that what is going on is wrong. But that will not stop the security services from doing their duty.
Also in this bulletin, Labour Expert describes as astronomical the reported 81% salary increment for members of Article 71 office holders.
The whole business of Article 71, clearly, and my own views also, is that we have to take a second look at it.
Also later in business, Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama rules out any target rate for cedi's appreciation, insisting current good run is supported by positive market sentiments. Details on the Joy Business Report.
And the Ghana Water Company says it cannot be held responsible for any loss of life or property of persons who've built around the dam. I am Hannah Odami. I bring you details of these and more in this bulletin. Thanks for choosing us. We are Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. We start from the Ashanti region, where the MPP's regional chairman, Bernard Enchibuesiako, is expected to present himself to national security, an appearance that could lead to his arrest over alleged involvement in illegal mining activities. This development comes in the wake of a failed attempt by the national security operatives to search his residence last week. Joy News editor Elton Brobe has more in the following reports.
National security operative, heavily armed and acting on a court-approved search warrant, attempted to enter the residence of Ashanti Regional MPP Chairman Bernard Enchibuesiako, also known as Wuntumi, on Friday, May 23rd. The operation was minutes away from potential arrest when Wuntumi cried out. His call quickly drew a crowd of MPP sympathizers to his Kumasi residence. A standoff ensued, prompting negotiations between the operatives and Wuntumi legal team. The operative withdrew, and Wuntumi lawyers agreed to present him to the police today.
I spoke to the National Security Officer, Commander. He said, due to his refusal, they have invited him to come. And so they have agreed that on Monday we should produce him. Joy
News is learned that the state is pursuing Bernard Enchibuesiako for his alleged involvement in illegal mining activities through his company, Akoto Mining. Earlier this month, Lands and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua announced the termination of Akoto Mining lease. Wuntumi, however, is challenging the cancellation in court. His lawyer, Andy Apiakubi, is surprised at the turn of events.
When somebody is asleep and a team of about 20 security personnel confronts in the early morning like that in itself can constitute a breach.
But Deputy Interior Minister Ebenezer Telabi insists the move is lawful and part of due process.
They should go to court if they think that what is going on is wrong. But that will not stop the security services from doing their duty.
Elton Brobe for Joy News.
We move on. A Labour expert, Austin Game, has described as astronomical the reported 81% salary increase granted to members of Article 71 office holders. According to a document cited by Joy News, the new salary structure covers the 2021 to 2024 period and applies to chairpersons and members of independent governance bodies. For instance, Court of Appeal judges and heads of independent governing institutions who earned 34,397 cedis per month in the year 2020 are now receiving 62,000 cedis monthly. Now, this is in addition to their enhanced benefit packages. The adjustment also affects top government officials such as the President, the Vice President, Speaker of Parliament, Ministers of State, and Members of Parliament. Well, according to Mr. Game, he is criticizing the timing and scale of the increase.
81% adjustment on that of 2021 in 2024 may be astronomical because of the time difference. What it means is that 2022 there was no adjustment per se. 2023 there was no adjustment also, and 2024. So cumulatively, what it means is that you have something like 25% adjustment. The whole business of Article 71, as I've been variously said before, clearly, and my own views also, we have to take a second look at it.
Well, a private legal practitioner, Amanda Clinton, says the country must be willing to pay more to attract the best brains.
If we want quality governance, ultimately we must stop treating public leadership like a discount profession. Secondly, the framers intended Article 71 to insulate public office holders from corruption, not to be renegotiated whenever, they say the economy dips, for instance. Thirdly, we shouldn't punish high office holders for the failure of broader fiscal discipline. We should deal with the bigger issues of how money is leaving the system, how we can curtail that.
Now, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, has cautioned transport stations and branches against defying the newly implemented 15% fare reduction, emphasizing sanctions will be imposed on those who fail to comply. Let's hear from the PRO of the Concerned Drivers Union, David Agbado.
We are telling all our drivers and our brothers that are driving elsewhere that once it is we, the same people, that go and solicit for increment, we are the same people that have solicited for the decrease. So they should comply with it. So if you refuse to take the approved fare or the reduction fare, if you refuse, when you are caught, you will be sent to court to answer the questions yourself.
The Ghana Water Company Limited has announced it will not take responsibility for any loss of life or property, including residents who built around the Wager Dam and failed to vacate the area during the controlled water spillage. The Wager Dam, which supplies water to large parts of Accra and its surrounding areas, has seen a rise in encroachment in recent years, with several unauthorized structures springing up within its catchment area. The company says these developments are posing significant risk both to public safety and the dam's operations. Stanley Marty speaks for the water company.
We don't know how the rains are going to be going forward, and just like what happened last 4 years, whether it's going to happen that way or not, we can't really tell. Ghana Meteorological Department is doing its best, but sometimes some of these things could fail. So what I expect of people encroaching in that area is to think of their lives.
Well, the spillage, which started on Friday, May 23rd, is expected to be intense from today, and Stanley Mate is unhappy that the assemblies have looked on while people build on the restricted zones. Now, President John Mahama has expressed concern about the seeming breakdown of values and morals in society, saying it's contributing to rising indiscipline and violence in senior high schools across the country. He was speaking during an interaction with the Catholic Bishops' Conference, where he cited incidents of violence in schools as examples of this worrying trend.
I guess that the breakdown of our values and our morals is creating some issues in our schools. We find young people going to schools with guns. And there's the incident of a girl who's almost lost her eyesight because of something like that. And so what do we do about the curriculum? What do we do about moral education? What do we do about discipline? What do we do about teacher absenteeism? So there's a lot that we can do together in the education space.
Well, President of the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, Most Reverend Matthew Jemfi, called for more involvement of the church in educational institutions.
Your Excellency, the establishment of a church-state co-management framework built on mutual accountability and service to the common good. For this purpose, we make the following key recommendations. Autonomy in staff recruitment and disciplinary structures for teachers, head teachers, and staff in Catholic institutions, consistent with national standards and guaranteed representation of the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference in education policy reforms.
And before we go, as Parliament reconvenes, the minority is raising red flags over what they describe as a potential conflict of interest involving Bolgatanga Central MP Isaac Adongo. The concern centers on his simultaneous roles as a member of the Bank of Ghana's board and chair of Parliament's Finance Committee. Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, Dr. Kabiru Mahama Tia says his side, in a motion, is calling on the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, to provide clear guidance on the propriety of Mr. Adongo.
Mr. Adongo ceased as non-executive member of the Bank of Ghana and also coming to sit as the ranking or the chairman for the Finance Committee. You are basically approving your decisions and ratifying those decisions with Parliament, and that does not bring checks and balances. We are of the candid opinion that Mr. Adongo has to choose one. And it's not for good. The Bank of Ghana has been made an independent institution. And even I have problem when Mr. Adongo decided to go into operational matter, cross his legs on TV and to be talking about operational issues. When Parliament reconvenes on Tuesday, the leadership is going to consider the matter further and probably raise it on the floor for the Speaker's direction on the matter.
You heard Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, Dr. Kabiru Mahama Tia. And that's it for the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. Kindly find more stories on myjoyonline.com. The Super Morning Show continues. Have a great Monday.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
See, your rich auntie gets more from Absa. Your childhood friend gets more from Absa. Your favorite uncle gets more from Absa. Your roommates gets more from Absa. Digital solutions get more from Absa. Rewards be bring get more from Absa. 5-star treatment get more from Absa. Preferential rate get more from Absa. Hey, easy banking and no ane Absa. Instant loans and no ane Absa. Bank papa party and no ane Absa. FTK account and get more from Absa. Yes! Join thousands of Absa customers enjoying priority treatment, preferential rates, amazing rewards, and seamless digital solutions to help you write the next big chapter of your story. Sign up for an Absa account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa Health Cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi East Legon, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Brush your teeth every day and night, up and down and all around. Brush the feeling bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between, brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection
for 10 times stronger teeth.
This advert is FDA approved.
Reliable, check. Comfort, check. Strong, check. Tough, check. Tried and tested, check. Affordable, check. Comes in so many colors and sizes, check. Suitable for domestic and industrial use, check. Choose quality, choose Syntex Tank. Available nationwide and comes with 7-year warranty. And remember, Syntex Tank is a caring brand too. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
What's your dream this year? To pull up in a brand new 4-wheel ride? Or you want to travel? Where? Sentosa Island in Singapore? Or Desert Safari in Dubai? Or you want a laptop, microwave, brand new phone, TV? Chale, what you want, you can get with SG Ghana. Minya Ubecha 7Y. Join the SG Ghana Deposit and Drive promo and you could win the grand prize of a brand new Toyota RAV4. Simply deposit 500 Ghana cedis or multiples of it into your SG Ghana account from now till 30th May 2025. Non-customers can open an account to participate. Visit your nearest branch or call 0302-214-314 for further inquiries. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Ghana Limited, your story matters. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Coming up is the Joy Business Report brought to us by MNC Properties, a member of MNC Group. MNC Properties, choice of class, Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature, and Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Akbafu.
Hey, morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm great. Another week.
Another week.
Last week.
Kojo Boateng says this is pay week, salary week.
Everyone's looking forward to it, right?
Yeah. Why not? You have to. We always will look forward to the day that, when your account shakes like that, you're like, oh, okay. But we're also looking forward to another week of strong CD performance.
Yeah, and prices going down as well, so you start budgeting what you do with your pay, right?
Yeah, I've been talking about, sitting down and watching them assemble your vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned that last week.
Yeah, these some of these vehicles, they price them in dollars. For those who that price them in cedis, that's okay. But those that price them in dollars, please maintain it in dollars.
Maintain it in dollars. We like it like that.
There are people who are beginning to start pricing in cedis. Those who are pricing in dollars
are now starting to
pricing in cedis because they don't want to reduce it.
Mm-hmm.
But we are saying that we've identified that you've been pricing in dollars.
But we are told to price in cedis, right?
So
they're doing the right thing.
You are pricing in dollars.
They're doing the right thing.
The cedi equivalent. And they always will do that. They're hedging their investments.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the cedi is appreciating, they now want to do this. They're doing the wrong thing anyway. So it's good they're doing the right thing. But as for
I hope they'll maintain that when things reverse. Hopefully not, but...
Well, so as for the vehicles, you hear $40,000 and all of that. Now it's just around 400,000 Ghana cedis. So not bad.
Well, this is a good time to purchase
if you have the money.
If you have the money,
why not?
Yeah,
this is definitely a good time. Anyway,
what's coming up today?
Well, today we're having a conversation. A lot of students, some students actually have reached out to us. They've complained about their inability to access their programs of study on the No Fee Stress portal.
Okay.
So we're bringing the head of the Students' Loan Trust Fund to address their concerns. It's very important. We're told that some 51,000 have accessed the portal. 41,000 have completed registration. We're told some close to 500 million Ghana cedis has been allocated for the policy.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who face these challenges, how do we plan to address these challenges? And that's a conversation we'll have this morning here on the Super Morning Show. But the Catholic bishops also have been reaching out
with
to
the president.
Yes, they've been telling what to do when it comes to the fight against illegal mining. State of emergency in areas affected by illegal mining, so you can deal with the menace. That's something that we must support. It's not a bad call at all. I support that.
Yeah,
we must deal with illegal mining. We want the gold.
The president says it's complicated.
It has always been complicated, but politicians know how to solve it if they are committed to solving it. Brother, You cannot proffer all the best solutions to the opposition and say it is complicated when in government. No. I tell you that if politicians if our leadership is prepared to deal with illegal mining, they can deal with it in 1 month. 1 month. Because they know the people behind it. They know. I don't need to be the one to go and remind them. They know the people behind illegal mining. Anyway, it means we can bring you.
Yeah.
But over the weekend, I'm told that some drivers were refusing to.
I was going to mention that, and I heard the GPRTU this morning say that they are going to address it. If you don't comply, you're going to be sanctioned. I just wonder what sanctions they're going to mete out to the to the drivers. But hey, this morning I think that we should sound the trumpets for the GPRT and all the driver unions who are reducing fares. Yeah.
So you sounded. Let's go.
Trumpets. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama rules out any target rate for city's appreciation, insisting current good run is supported by positive market sentiments fueled by robust monetary measures. We have details coming up. Also, more major shopping centers and franchise outlets in Ghana reduce prices of items in line with the city's record appreciation against the dollar. Plus, Finance Minister Dr. Kassia Latour-Forson commences payments of outstanding contractor claims once Auditor General submits interim report after work. Details coming up. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us this morning. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidia on KTU Radio. Now, the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama has ruled out any target rate for the city's sharp appreciation against all the major trading currencies. The governor gave the assurance at the Monetary Policy Committee press conference with journalists in Accra. Here's George Jaffe with the rest of the story.
Answering questions from journalists at the press conference, the Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama noted that it might be counterproductive to set any rate because the current sharp appreciation is also driven by positive market sentiment.
We will ensure that volatilities are not excessive. And so rest assured, where we are now, we are observing things. However, we haven't gotten to that stage. When we get to that stage, the committee will take the appropriate decision.
This is what the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, had to say when he was asked about the sustainability of the city's good run.
The appreciation is largely driven by the market. It's not something that the central bank is using its reserves.
There has been serious push for prices on the market to reflect the current performance of the Ghana city following several delays by some traders. But the governor believes it might be just a matter of time.
So long as there's competition, so long as it's not a monopoly, we will see that phenomenon very soon.
The Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Esiama assured that the central bank is currently monitoring developments on the market and would act decisively to ensure that external development doesn't derail the current recovery.
George, I feel with that report. Now, the Ghana Association of Banks has welcomed the Bank of Ghana's decision to hold its key lending rate to commercial banks. The Monetary Policy Committee, after meeting last week to review the economy, kept the policy rate at 28%. Chief Executive John Amoah has described the move as a prudent one.
It is clear that the central bank is taking a more precautionary stance on inflation. While we've all witnessed a gradual reduction in inflation, I'm sure the bank believes that the outlook on inflationary expectations needs a more careful management. The decision, I'm quite sure, means from the perspective of the Bank of Ghana, inflationary pressures still remains. So the bank does not want any subsequent reduction in inflation to be tapered by a relaxed monetary policy stance.
Johnny White, Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks. Now, the amount of money spent on transport would be going down this week. This is because the Ghana Private Road Transport Union over the weekend started enforcing the 15% drop in transport fares. Transport costs constitute a huge spending bill for most businesses, and this move could go a long way to reduce cost of operations and put pressure on businesses to reduce their prices. For individuals, this may help them reduce their cost of living. And also imagine that an iPhone 16, which was going for a little over 35,000 Ghana cedis earlier this year, now selling around 30,000 cedis by an official Apple products distributor in town. This is what is happening as more major shopping and official franchise outlets in Ghana respond to the city's sharp appreciation. Here's more in this report.
Now, the official distributor of Apple products at one of the major shopping malls in Accra has told Joy Business that they will be reducing prices again in the coming days due to the current performance of the Ghana city. Another major shopping outlet in town, Maxmart, has also announced up to 20% discount on a wide range of products at its outlets in the country. And they are linking it to the city's performance. So whilst we wait for up to 3 months for members of the Ghana Union of Trade Association and the Association of Ghana Industries to respond to the current market developments, it looks like individuals and other major shops have taken the lead.
All right, that's a Business Desk report. Mining firms say they return more than 70% of revenue each year to Ghana. They are therefore rejecting claims of under-declaring their numbers and not complying with the country's laws on retention of profits. Ahmed Naktoma is acting chief executive of the Ghana Chamber of Mines.
When the money comes in, it's not everything that goes to the Bank of Ghana. There's a portion that by law should go to Bank of Ghana. But then the others go to the commercial bank. So if you go to like EcoBank or like Stanbic or those things and find out from them that how much do they get from company A in a year, over 70% of mineral revenue that we get come back into the country to cover all kinds of first. And look, for the past 10 years, mining revenue to the country was about $40 billion. And about 22 billion of that stayed in this country. So when you talk about local content, all these suppliers, how do they pay them?
Ahmed Naktoma is acting chief executive of the Ghana Chamber of Mines. Finance Minister Dr. Kasela Tuforsen has announced that he will commence payment of claims by contractors once the Auditor General submits his interim report in the coming days. The Finance Minister disclosed this when Group Chief Executive of EcoBank, Jeremy Awori, paid a courtesy call on him.
According to the Finance Minister, the Auditor General is expected to submit an interim audit report on outstanding contractor claims in the coming days, which will trigger the commencement of payments by government. The minister revealed that government inherited contractor arrears amounting to 67 billion cedis and has committed to auditing and settling these obligations over a 4-year period. Dr. Kasela Tuforsen underscored the administration's determination to avoid the accumulation of new arrears. He referenced recent amendments to the Public Financial Management Act intended to bring greater discipline and transparency to public procurement and contract management. The finance minister during the meeting also announced that about 13 billion cedis has been allocated in the 2025 budget to begin clearing the verified claims.
Let's turn to the financial markets. Government has recorded an oversubscription of 17.8% for its treasury bills auction for last week. This is coming after the auction witnessed 3 weeks of consecutive undersubscription. The treasury bills auction, as I've told you, recorded an oversubscription of 17.8%. Interest rates, meanwhile, fell sharply on the yield curve. Here's more.
The Treasury received 6.5 billion Ghana cedis of the total bids versus a target of 5.54 billion cedis. It, however, accepted 5.97 billion Ghana cedis. About 4.95 billion Ghana cedis came from the 91-day bill, representing 75.82% of the total bids. The uptake was 4.58 billion Ghana cedis. For the 182-day bill, 890.81 million Ghana cedis were tendered. All the bids were accepted. About 689 million Ghana cedis were also tendered for the 364-day bill. The uptake was 499.76 million Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, interest rate fell sharply on the yield curve. The yield on the 91-day bill declined marginally by 18 basis points to 14.92%. That of the 182-day bill also went down to 15.55% from 15.68% the previous week. The interest on the 364-day bill also went down by a whopping 78 basis points to 16%.
Now, on the stock market, the share prices of Societe Generale, Gold and GCB Bank are expected to gain value this week due to strong demand by investors. Here's Grace Munayan of Data Bank Research on how your investments will fare this week.
Last week's trading ended in losses, mainly driven by price declines in MTN Ghana and Cowbank. Conversely, the bourse registered 6 gainers, which were Societe Generale Ghana, EcoBank Ghana, Total Energies, Enterprise Group Limited, SIC Insurance, and Ben's Oil Palm Plantation. As a result, the Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index dipped by 5.28% weekly, to a year-to-date gain of 29.97%, whereas the Data Bank Stock Index lost 4.79% weekly, to a year-to-date gain of 28.13%. Weekly turnover fell by 83% to 17.8 million Ghana cedis after trading 2.3 million shares over 23 counters. MTN Ghana and New Gold traded the most last week and accounted for 97% of the market turnover. Looking ahead to this week, we expect the share prices of Societe Generale Ghana, Goil PLC, and GCB Bank to gain on strong demand, while MTN Ghana declines further due to selling pressures. For Joy Business Report, Grace Monanyun of Data Bank Research.
Thanks, Grace. On the commodity market, crude oil went up marginally to $64 a barrel. Gold lost more than $11 to open trading at $3,346 an ounce. Cocoa selling at $9,764 a ton after losing more than $500. On the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cedis 80 pesos. That's what forex bureaus are offering their clients. The British pound at 16 cedis 15 pesos. The euro going for 13 cedis 50 pesos. The commercial banks quoting the dollar at 10 cedis 81 pesos. That's how we are starting the week on the currency market. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Back to you, Winston, and the team.
Thank you very much, Daryl. I hope that we end the week at $9. 9 cedis to $1.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Look
Yes.
at how
we
things
should
are
be
going.
looking at even 8 by the end of this week.
But the fear is
the
the sharp rate at which this is going.
But when it was increasing in 2022, it was sharp.
People are saying that if it's to go down in future, you're going to see it go down.
Well, it depends if we do not do our things well. You see, the market now favors us, and we should learn a lot of lessons. We have a lot of external reserves. We should be able to deal with some of these things. I'm not sure that we would see the CD depreciate sharply like it did in the past. We won't see that. The trends today favor us, and the trends will favor us. So if we do few things well, we're good to go.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
we can only hope.
Well, this is a good hope. Anyway, thank you very much, Daryl Kwa, for joining us this morning with the latest in the world of business. It's an inspirational one for today. Just Do You, and that's Indiari, and that's the one that Jojo is choosing, influenced by Kojo, Akoto, Boateng.
Just Do You.
Yes, just do you. Okay, just be you.
On your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the Super Morning Show. Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show. Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah.
Lawyer Emmanuel Dakwa would love this one. You know, he says he would always be sending me messages. I know you are the one starting the show. Once you play gospel, I know you are the one starting the show. You don't like hip hop. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, but this song is a good one by India. She says that every challenge is waiting for somebody to really surmount it, right? Every hurdle is waiting for somebody to cross it. So just be a star. Just do you. Wherever you find yourself, do the best you can and make an impact, right?
Yeah.
Don't be limited by your fears and your doubts.
I think I agree with that. You see, that's I went for a funeral years ago. I think it was in 2014 at Vane, very close to Amejope.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I got there, I mean, it was a friend's mom. My friend T-Bone had lost their mother, and then the husband, who was then a former synod clerk of the EP Church, said something. He said a week to the wife's death, Queen Mother had lost her son, and she had come to him, and he was consoling her. He used the scripture that says, and he told her that God would never let anything you cannot solve happen to you.
Yeah.
Any problem you go through, you're going through because you can deal with it and you can solve it.
Yeah.
Little did he know that he was preaching to himself, because a week after that, his wife died. But what I picked up from that is that every challenge you're facing is because you can deal with it. So fix it. I like that statement. Fix it.
Yeah.
Don't complain. When you are in government, fix problems.
Yeah.
Don't explain them to me. We know the problems. That's why you're there. Anyway, let's get into our Drive Safe campaign.
Yes, and the Drive Safe campaign is brought to you by Joy News and the multimedia group supported by Toyota Superior Quality. Avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the roads and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible, drive with your lights on. That's how you ensure your safe arrival. Winston, so have you ever had a flat tire before where there is leakage between the rim and the tire in a place where you can't get engine oil or anything to fix that particular leakage? It's not happened to you before.
No.
And especially in rainy seasons, if you drive through water and all those things, you are likely to see some of these things. It happened to me. And we're looking for engine oil. So the person fixing it was like, let's open the engine and try to get. I said, no, you're not touching that. Then a wise old man passing by said, you guys should go and get correct Fanti Kinky. Just apply it around the rim, put the tire on, and it's going to work. And trust me, it's worked. So when I came back, I was talking to other friends, and they said Fanti Kinky can actually consolidate your tire in your rim for 20 years.
Really?
Yes. So our Drive Safe campaign today is that when you're in tight places, especially where you have challenges with your tire and you don't have any engine oil, anything to help you, just fix that tire and prevent the leakage. Find Fanti Kinky.
Fanti Dokun.
Find Fanti Kinky. If you have your tires working, the friction between your car and the road will be on point. It will give you the comfort you also need, and it will help you drive safe.
Even though sometimes we complain that the Fanti Kinky, what they advertise is not what you see.
So right now, I want to go and buy a ransom dokun and put in my car just in case.
Well, the boys have been seeing there's some fraud associated with Fanti Kinky. No, not fraud. Deceit.
Oh, it will appreciate with the CDs appreciated against the dollar.
But Samuel Adamis brought me the verse I was trying to make reference to from the Bible.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13. No, and this is the NIV. I mean, these days you have to indicate the version that you're reading from. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. Oh, hold on a minute. What you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it.
Yeah.
So that's it basically. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sammy. And usually when you read this, you may want to add Matthew 5 and Matthew 6.
Which one is that?
When Christ said that, look, do not worry about this. You see the birds in the air, they don't reap or sow, but your Father in heaven takes care of them. So always be rest assured that there's a force somewhere working at things and trying to get things to work in your favor. Then do your best. Just do you. Be the star.
Yeah. Be the star.
Yeah.
Let's learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
say either. I say I.
Okay, today's word, Kojo, is H. I mean, we're revising. Okay?
Yes.
Honest.
Honest. In what states are we using it? A verb, a noun,
an adjective.
An adjective. Okay. If it's a noun, it's honest. If it's an adjective, it's honest. Because I have a friend from my hometown. He's called honest.
Okay.
Yes.
So that friend is used that adjective.
Yes.
As a subject. Which means that it's become his name, which ordinarily you think that names are nouns. So, but this is an adjective being used as his name.
No, it's his full name. It's his first name. If you call him honest, he will not mind you unless you say honest.
The word is honest. So he should be called honest and not honest. But we know that a lot of the time we actually would pronounce the H sometimes. We're torn between, whether it's honey. Honey actually has an H. It's pronounced.
So honey has an H.
That H is pronounced.
It's not honey.
No, it's not honey.
Okay.
It's honey. In that case, you pronounce the H.
And honest.
Honest. In that case, you don't pronounce the H.
Okay.
So I say you don't pronounce. In that case, there's no H sound.
Okay.
The distinction between the words as they are spelled and the sounds is that they will differ.
Okay.
So if it's honey, honey. Okay. But honest, honest.
How about honorable?
Honorable.
Not honorable.
No.
Okay. Honorable Winston.
Anyway, and that's how you say it, right? It means we can get into the news paper review.
Yes.
Brought to us by Syntex Tank, you're stronger, you're tough. And Access Bank, more than banking. And also Kel Chaco toothpaste. Happy smile.
Let's start with the news center this morning. It has a photo of the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in a handshake with the group CEO of EcoBank, and he says EcoBank reaffirms commitment to Ghana's development. There's also a photo of Thaddeus Sori, Alfred Abibio Kumi, Justice Henry Anthony Kofi, Justice Samuel Kwame Edibu Asiedu, and Justice Yoni Kolende on the front page of the news center. And the headline that goes with it says, Sori judge's video still dominates despite diversionary arrests. Drivers, passengers clash, greet the 15% fare cut. And the VIP in private jet, are Blackwell's integrity on the line? This is a story on a lot of front pages. They are basically asking whether Ablakwa would resign after his statement that if his party comes into office and they engage the services of any private jets, he would resign. They are asking for that. Now, still on the front page of the news center, cedi soars by 24.1% against dollar. British pound is 16.2, euro is 14.1. in the year to May 21, 2025, and declare state of emergency over Galamsey. Guess who is speaking? The Catholic bishops. Yes, they are telling the president to declare a state of emergency over Galamsey.
Now, the Daily Graphic for this morning says Galamsey President Mahama highlights progress, challenges, solutions. Business consumer confidence in economy surges, highest level in 7 years. BOG stays policy rate at 28%. Made in Graphic, EcoBank Ghana Economic Forum on Wednesday. As economic prospects to take center stage. Then visa scam rocks embassy in US. Now, staff create fraudulent account, employees sacked. I'll tell you more about this when we get into the details of the newspapers.
Let me bring you the Ghanaian point. It also has the president on the front page. Effective leadership behind cedi's gain. Mahama responds to Baumia. Reduce fares or face sanctions. GPRTU to non-compliant drivers. Kotika International Airport is safe and fully operational. Ghana Airport Company Limited refutes safety lapse claims. And I struggle to eat and pay my kids' fees. Wound to me. Cries foul over accounts freeze and the house raid. And Ghana's reserves hit $10.7 billion amid strong exports.
Great. And the Ghanaian Times for this morning says, AU Day observation, let's seek justice for our continent. President Mahama rallies colleagues. Support Ghana Traditional Council task force to enforce ban on noise making. Ghana Manche to IGP. And I see people disagreeing. Please, tradition is tradition. Well, let's respect the people, or let's respect the Ghana people and their traditions. Okay? There's a ban on noise making. Please respect that. Reduction in lorry fares, trotro drivers not in full compliance. Hey, Ghana. But I'm grateful. Veep thanks Ghanaians for their prayers as she returns home. Now, Accra Lions relegation fears mount after Hearts defeat. Gold Star Kotoko drop points. Nations stretch lead. And Black Satellites to camp ahead of Wafu Cup. You went to the African Cup, you couldn't qualify for the World Cup. You're coming to do Wafu what? Let's qualify for the World Cup. Anyway, let's move on.
Let me take you to the BNFT. BOG amends dynamic cash reserve ratio, maintains policy rate at 28%. More stories. Consumer business confidence hits 7-year high. Lack of harmonized standards disrupting intra-African trade. This business leaders are speaking here, and the government must keep up the momentum. David Ampofo on what we are seeing with the petroleum sector, and there's also a feature on averting financial sector crisis in future. And the person who wrote this says it may require nuanced approach to risk-based supervision. There's also a story of the leader of My Life Insurance, Kuku Ishama Yeboah, and the story says a legacy of excellence, transformational journey of Kuku Yeboah Ishama at My Life Insurance.
And the Ghanaian publisher for this morning says, I live in Sorry's mind, rent-free. Dami returns fire. Minority fired up for Parliament resumption. And private jet vow hunts Ablakwa. There's also on the front page. NCCE GHS step up child health awareness.
Now, the Economic Times finally, lending rates decline despite BOG's tight monetary stance. BOG to operationalize Islamic finance in Ghana soon. And Ghana's economy showing strong growth prospects. Those are the newspapers.
Which means we can bring you the online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goil Good Energy Goil.
And Zenith Bank understands that sometimes the month feels a little longer than usual, and that's why they are here to ease your financial burdens. Apply for Easy Cash, an easy loan solution from Zenith Bank for MTN Momo subscribers. It's secure, convenient, instant, and collateral free. Yes, a loan with no collateral. Don't bring your kidney, don't bring your house, don't bring your car. Just get Easy Cash. With Easy Cash, you can take care of all your financial needs and emergencies with total peace of mind. Simply dial star 170 hash on MTN, hit option 5 for financial services, choose option 3 for loans, and finally option 6 for Easy Cash. Easy Cash, your easy loan in 60 seconds, is brought to you by Zenith Bank. Apply today. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
And myjournalline.com this morning, Catholic bishops advocate reconstituting electoral commission appointment frameworks. Also, 42% of mining firm workers are locals. That's the Chamber of Mines defending community employment record. UTAG UEW demands thorough investigation into gruesome murder of colleague. Ghana's exports hit $9.3 billion in April 2025, and Western Regional Minister orders action to halt encroachment on Ghana waterlands at Daboase. Mohamed Kudus scores to seal 3-1 win for West Ham, but against Ipswich Town. But finally on myjournalline.com, it says, okay, I think we can go to citynewsroom.com this morning. BOG to engage banks over reintroduced transfer charges after e-levy removal. Okay, and Brian Champong ready to redeem NPP. That's according to Andy Apiakubi. You know Andy Apiakubi, the man who led the revolt against Kenfuriata. He says that Brian Champong is ready to redeem the NPP. Yes, Brian wants to be flag bearer. No, he wants to be president.
Yeah,
that's the whole idea.
On the MPP front, we are told that Chairman known to me to appear before police CID today. And the Hajj Task Force is apologizing to stranded Ghanaian pilgrims, and they are saying they are sorry. You know, there is this story that says 2 people had lost their lives, and about 5 or 6 had been repatriated to Ghana. I've seen a lot of posts on social media giving us the sense that this year's Hajj has had a lot of problems. We may have to talk to them later and get some better and further particulars.
Great, which means we can get into the details now.
Yes, sir. And I'm starting with the Catholic Bishops' Conference story. Declare state of emergency over Galamsey. Catholic bishops to Mahama. The story says the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference has made a bold and urgent call on President John Dramani Mahama to declare a limited state of emergency in areas devastated by illegal mining, widely known as Galamsey. In a high-level meeting with the president at the Jubilee House in Accra, the bishops urged the government to temporarily suspend all mining activities in the worst affected zones, deploy military engineering units to reclaim degraded lands, and restore lawful governance and structures to the affected districts. And they've also pledged to support the government's fights against Galamsey.
Yes, but look, the state of emergency must be declared. And beyond the declaration of a state of emergency, Kojo, I tell you that politicians know how to deal with Galamsey. They know. They know the people behind illegal mining. Why are we pretending they do not know? They know. So, as for me, I say, enough. We want illegal mining ended today. It should have ended yesterday.
Yeah.
And so let's not know there are challenges. We know the challenges. That's why we vote for leaders. We know the challenges. We know it's difficult. I mean, so that's why we say, go there and solve it. Some have argued that the former government lost because of its approach towards Galamsey. I disagree, but if that is anything to believe, then it means this government has a lot to do when it comes to the fight against illegal mining. And it doesn't look like the government is doing much, to be very honest with you. You've been checking Google Earth, and we see the destruction of our environment. It is continuing. Okay, I mean, just over the weekend, Erastus was talking about how a police commander was trying to free Galamseyers. We know what is happening.
Yeah,
we're pretending everything is okay. No, the government has a lot to do, and it must get to work and stop this. There are challenges. See, then we adopt what you call Adanko Dada Adwe approach. We go and fight. We pretend we're fighting all the time, and the thing is continuing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we need to do better.
Let me get to the Daily Graphic. And the story here that says visa scam rocks embassy in US. That's the Ghana embassy. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has recalled all the staff of Ghana's mission in Washington, D.C. with immediate effect over alleged fraudulent activities uncovered in that embassy. We're told that some officers of Ghana's embassy in the US were found to have allegedly created a parallel bank account to the state accounts in which they collect visa and other service fees due the embassy. So the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okututa Blakwa, who disclosed this to the Daily Graphic yesterday, said a new team of staff of the ministry would be dispatched to take over operations at the embassy. He added that the officer who was directly found culpable in many of the allegations has been dismissed, and he explained that the dismissed employee, who was the head of information technology, set up a private company to which he channeled all embassy's businesses. Consequently, Mr. Blakwa said the IT department, which the dismissed officer headed, had been dissolved.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's good, but he must just not be dismissed. All funds due the state that were channeled into private account must be returned to the state.
And they must be prosecuted.
It's that simple.
Anyway, let me stay with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, since you brought us a foreign affairs story. VIP in private jet, a BlackQuest integrity on the line. This is in the news center, and the editor, Elvis Darko, is writes that the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Samuel Kojo Ablakwa, is facing growing storm of public backlash and calls for his resignation following the resurfacing of a viral video in which he vowed to step down if any future government he served in ever chartered a private jet for official travel. The video, widely circulated across social media platforms, was recorded during the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So the story is giving us the instances. The vice president returns aboard a private jet, and they're talking about a BlackQuest fierce record against jet spending, taking the fight to Parliament, now the test of conviction, and they are asking whether he's going to resign or not. And basically, they are weighing the matter, whether it's political hypocrisy or maturity.
I think I have that sound. Okay, so let me share it with you. I have that sound. Listen to Ablakwa.
And do the same thing. NDC banner nipa wodi animu no konfefa sa private jet bia na wo wa ban nimu you resign.
I'll resign because what
may resign
it? Why shall I stay there? May resign it because the mayor is on principle and yet personal and yet say bia me time President Akufo-Addo And as I mean, President Kudebi, it's the principle. It's about protecting the public purse.
It's about education minister na oda olem kwise mo abe resign.
Oh, may resign. I mean, my head man resigning in free appointments committee of parliament.
So that's Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa speaking on our sister station Adum FM with the Poku Arini. Arini, okay. So he says, as a matter of principle.
Yes.
Principle. He would resign.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now he's a minister?
Yeah.
When is he resigning?
That's a good question.
Or the principles have changed?
Because the vice president came into the country with a private jet. What has changed?
Anyway, let me take you to some very good stories here, and I'll go to the back page of the news center. You know, we've been talking about Ghanaian companies taking commanding height of our economy.
Yeah.
And Casapreco's net profits soared by 574%, and their revenue hit 2.7 billion Ghana cedis.
That's nice.
Yes. A company founded in 1989, 2025, doing so well, breaking into the African markets. We want to see more Ghanaian companies do this and scale and create the jobs we are looking for. Now, on industry...
Before you continue, you're talking about more Ghanaian companies doing this. More Ghanaian companies would also need state assistance.
Yes.
This is one of the few areas where I say the state has a major role to play. And I cite the German example, the European example. When the world was going green and the technology was becoming obsolete in Europe, they looked at Africa.
Yeah.
And when they looked at Africa, what they did was to come here and pretend they were coming to assemble vehicles. But the most important thing was that they wanted to look at where their technology will still be relevant. They identified Africa, and the German chancellor at the time, Angela Merkel, came with them.
Yeah.
So our president should be going on trips with Ghanaian business owners and be introducing them to other African countries.
Yeah. And you know, on that, introducing businesses to the African continent, lack of harmonized standards disrupting intra-African trade. This is one of the concerns that business leaders are sharing. So we need to do better with AfTA and intra-African trade so that we can take advantage of the big markets. Now, the finance minister is also pledging import restrictions to boost local industry. That's a story on page 8 of the news center. But there's another story. One Ghana movement condemns arrest of Adenta Kumi. You remember over the weekend, or was it Friday? Alfred Abibio Kumi, widely known as Adenta Kumi, was arrested. Now, the One Ghana movement, in a statement issued over the weekend, says that they are concerned about the worrying trend of intolerance toward dissent, warning that the state's approach threatens the foundational principles of free expression and equal justice. And they are saying that the state should not have arrested the young man.
If Justice Yoni Kulendi, if Justice Asiedu, if Thaddeus Sori feel defamed by what Adenta Kumi has said, they know what to do.
They should go to court.
They should go to court. Did Justice Yoni Kulendi or any of these persons go make a case against this person? The point is this: when we repeal the criminal libel law, we found another law that says that purpose. That law is the publication of false news. And Suleiman Abrahima has written a piece, and he makes reference to how a young man reported about how people were being panicked and were, it was affecting the city. That guy was jailed 30 days. The same thing that Honorable Isaac Adongo said. Nothing happened to him. I do not subscribe to anybody being jailed. If any person feels defamed by what Adenta Kumi did, that person should go to court and sue him. He's not a man of straw. He has certain things you can attach and make him know that he just can't publish anything.
Yeah.
This whole attempt of using the state to intimidate people must cease.
Yeah. Well, let me bring you my last two stories, Winston. Page 2 of the BNFT government.
Last story, yes.
Government to roll out 12,000 net metered solar systems by September. So that's just the headline. And if you go to Graphic Online, we are being told that 41,647 students have registered for the No Free Stress Initiative. And there are about 100,000 students, at least first-year students in our tertiary institutions. If 41,000 have registered, what's the way forward? How do we capture the rest? Do we have the money to pay? How do we pay? that's a conversation for today.
Great. So I'm told that it's actually Ekuya Boachewa who had that interview and not Pokuya. So that's just a bit of a correction with Ablakwa. Thank you very much, Dominic Isiabwa, who's producer of the morning show on Adom FM and also producer of Ekosi Seng. Now time for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
We want to know is why our bodies sometimes react so seriously to high temperatures.
The evidence. How does heat affect our health? Sunday at 13 GMT. Business Daily is in 30 minutes.
Critical minerals power everything from smartphones to electric cars. They're at the heart of global trade deals and diplomatic standoffs. We're spending all week finding out why. Today we start with what they are, why they matter, and why they're so strategically important.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up from the BBC World Service, The Interview, conversations with the people shaping our world, with me, Tim Franks. For this episode of The Interview, I'm speaking to a British Syrian woman from the minority Alawite community who came under attack along with her family during a spate of sectarian violence in Syria's coastal towns in March.
We spent quite a number of days unsure of how we could get out because the village essentially was under siege.
The violence came after fighters loyal to the country's overthrown former president, Bashar al-Assad, who's an Alawite himself, led deadly raids on the new government security forces. The reprisal massacres which ensued ripped open sectarian fault lines and led some to question the promises made by Syria's new Islamist rulers about governing with tolerance and inclusion. Hear more on The Interview after the news.
Hello, I'm Chris Barrow with the BBC News. President Trump has lashed out at Vladimir Putin in a rare rebuke, describing his Russian counterpart as having gone absolutely crazy. The US leader was responding to Moscow's continued bombardment of Ukraine following the largest aerial attack of the war so far. Mr. Trump also criticized Ukraine's President Zelensky, who had earlier called for Washington to be more vocal in its condemnation of Russia's actions. From Kiev, here's James Waterhouse.
The belief here is that Russia's war machine is not being strangled enough. It is still able to mount these airstrikes. It is still able to launch advances along the front lines. You wouldn't know it by the weather today, but with the summer conditions, that is when this time Russian forces will hope to make gains with armoured vehicles and troops moving over harder ground. But, with the drone warfare we're continuing to see, these are front lines that really have become static in recent years.
The Hamas-run civil defense agency in Gaza says more than 50 Palestinians, including children, have been killed in Israeli airstrikes. One hit a school sheltering displaced people and another struck a home in the centre of Gaza City. Yolan Nell is in Jerusalem.
The biggest number of people killed were in this school turned into a shelter in Gaza City's old city, and you can see some really harrowing footage that is circulating online. We've not immediately been able to verify that, but it does appear to show the badly burned bodies of children, including a baby at the scene. The Israeli military has said that what it was targeting here were what it calls key terrorists from both Hamas and Islamic Jihad, that they were using this site as a command and control center. It says it took steps to try to mitigate the harm to civilians.
The head of the new Israeli and US-backed organisation that's seeking to deliver aid to Gaza has resigned. Jake Wood said it had become apparent that the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation's plans to set up distribution hubs would not meet the humanitarian principles of independence and neutrality. President Trump says he's granted the European Union another month to conclude a trade deal and avert the imposition of new sanctions. He threatened on Friday to impose taxes of 50% on European imports, but following a telephone call with the European Commission President, Ursula von der Leyen, Mr. Trump said he had agreed to extend the deadline.
She asked for an extension on the June 1st date, and she said she wants to get down to serious negotiation. And we had a very nice call, and I agreed to move it. I believe June 9th would be, July 9th would be the date. That was the date she requested. Could we move it from June 1st to July 9th? And I agreed to do that, and that she said we will rapidly get together and see if we can work something out.
This is the latest world news from the BBC. The Electoral Council in Venezuela has said the party of President Nicolas Maduro has won regional and congressional polls. In a vote boycotted by most opposition groups, his United Socialists won 23 of the 24 governorships and an absolute majority in the National Assembly. Mr. Maduro is widely believed to have stolen last year's presidential election, for which full results have not been published. The Indian Foreign Minister says he's spoken to his newly appointed Canadian counterpart, the highest level contacts between the two countries in months. Ties were strained by Ottawa's accusation that India was behind the murder of a Canadian Sikh separatist 2 years ago. Delhi has denied the accusation. The new president of Romania, Kojo, will be sworn into office today. Having defeated his nationalist rival a week ago, the 55-year-old former mayor of Bucharest must now meet the daunting challenge of appointing a government that can unite a divided country. Nick Thorpe reports.
Kojo first came to public attention in Romania as an environmental activist, campaigning to save heritage buildings in Bucharest from demolition and increase the city's green areas. As mayor of the city for the past 5 years, he's credited with improving its disastrous finances. A mathematician by training, he now faces his biggest challenge: to reunite a deeply divided country. His surprise election victory against the nationalist George Simeon was warmly welcomed by liberals across Europe.
Disney's live-action remake of its 2002 animation Lilo and Stitch has exceeded industry expectations on its opening weekend at the box office, with bumper ticket sales of over $340 million around the world. The figure makes it the second highest opening of the year so far, after a Minecraft movie. That's the latest BBC News.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, when you wanna go, anything you do, I live for you. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game of choices. Listen with rapt attention. Round 1, question 1. Elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Now the second question. Less than 4 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep at night?
At least 6 hours of sleep.
The last question. Yomi yogurt or...
Yomi yogurt, of course.
Oh, I'm not done.
No need. That's my choice. Yomi yogurt.
Life is full of choices. Always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Whether it's a morning start, a midday snack, or a dessert, our delicious Yomi yogurt is here to nourish you. Yummy, a nourishing choice. This advert is FDA approved.
The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it. Own it. Live it. Coming soon.
Is it right or wrong for the former AG to represent the CJ in court? That's the first question. And I answer straight away. There is nothing wrong with the former AG, Godfrey Dame, representing the CJ. Why? Godfrey Dame now is a private legal practitioner. As a private legal practitioner, if you are consulted by a client, you may choose to take the brief or reject the brief. Again, it is the right of the CJ, as something you said, to pick any lawyer of her choice.
For me, her posturing as a suspended CJ amounts to a provocation of the judiciary and an abuse of the Constitution.
This is public interest, and if we remove the head of the judiciary in private, we tell citizens that they're unworthy to watch this whole thing.
What's your idea of the purpose of the in-camera hearing?
Well, I think that if justice is truly being done, let it be seen to be done.
The whole judicial process regarding the petition that is supposed to be determined to determine whether the Chief Justice should remain in office or not has been politicized, and so it creates a very bad scene, especially for law students who want to know the law and know the processes involved in many or several legal situations that may come up. And so it's very unfortunate that this has been the turn of events. Be that as it may, I think that we have to look at what the Constitution is saying and to be able to abide by the tenets of the Constitution.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
For 11 years, we've taken you beyond borders. For 11 years, we've delivered memorable travel experiences. Now, it's time to see more and feel more with Adansi Travels at 12. 12 times the fun, 12 times the excitement. This August, explore the best of Europe, the UK, Dubai, Turkey, Singapore, Malaysia, Johannesburg, and beyond. With a team dedicated to your travel dreams, every journey is carefully crafted to leave you with unforgettable memories. Your journey with Adansi Travels is more than a trip. It's your chance to see more, feel more, and discover the world in a whole new way. Don't just stamp your passport, stamp it with incredible experiences. Call 0595 500 817 or 0531 008 550 or visit AdansiTravels.com to book your spot. Adansi at 12. See more, feel more.
Mom, please can I have some milk in my Milo?
Have you tasted it?
No, but I didn't see you add milk.
Hey, taste it before you ask me any questions.
Hey, milk na chum say.
This is Milo all in one. Milo Pampa, cocoa, malt, milk and show, everything is inside.
Milo All-in-One already comes with more milk. Just mix with water and taste the nourishing goodness of quality cocoa, malt, and more milk all in one sachet. Milo, the energy to go further.
This advert is FDA approved.
Sidi na buano. The rewards are big with Compute Ghana. Get extra savings, extra value on everything you buy at Compute Ghana. All thanks to the Macho CD. This is not just your regular Prime Week, this is Prime Week Extra. That's right, as your CD goes further, Prime Week goes extra. Enjoy our slash prices across all IT, mobile and home appliance brands as much as up to 50% off. Visit any Compute Ghana showroom or website to shop from Prime Week Extra and let your CD rule the discount. Call 030-275-2020 or WhatsApp 024-314-3143 for enquiries. This Prime Week is extra. Save more.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 68 080-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Featuring Omale and more like the song of the moment, Kojo?
Yes.
Do you know how to do the dance?
No, I won't attempt it.
Oh, Obete, can you do the dance? No. Obete, we can't hear you. Come.
The man said no. You can't force him to dance.
My wife last time told me she's learned the dance. So said, you know me, I don't know how to dance. So, even though I was a entertainment prefect, I don't know how to dance.
You know why I don't MC weddings?
No.
Because these days, every wedding, they expect you, the MC, to dance more and show people your skills.
Really?
It's not part of my calling.
I don't remember the last
You can
time.
give me $100,000 to MC your wedding for 1 hour. If you tell me to dance, I won't do it.
I don't remember the last time I MC'd a wedding.
Yes.
But I don't remember MCing a wedding and dancing. I will tell you, I don't dance.
Go online and see the wedding MCs,
really?
the way they are dancing. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then, well, I don't remember the last time I MC'd a wedding. I have an invitation to MC a wedding this Saturday.
We won't do it. If you want dancers, call Slim Buster.
I don't know how to dance. Why would I go dancing at a wedding? No. I don't dance.
But we need to. Dance is beautiful. Yesterday I saw the Noyam dance crew dancing at the launch of Republic of Africa by Rab Najman and a team. It was beautiful. I saw Reggie Rockstone and Ochame Kwame dancing. It was, but me pa there. There's no grease in my joints to enable me to dance. So please, never bring dance to me.
Kojo, I need to say congratulations to Dr. Adjoa Sikayana Amankwa. She's been promoted to Associate Professor of Communications.
Oh, nice.
Yes. She's at the University of Professional Studies. She used to be head of department of the Communications Studies Department at Christian Service University, where I used to teach years ago.
Oh, Christian Service in Kumasi?
In Kumasi. I used to teach on part-time basis.
Santasi?
More than 10 years ago.
There is this rice bee around the Christian Service.
Oh yeah, but I know. Yeah. I mean, I used to teach news writing and reporting, broadcast journalism. I was teaching 4 courses. Also. I used to go there over the weekend.
Yeah, but that rice, we need to go and explore.
We can go there.
There was a Siedu rice in Afokanta. Those listening on Joy FM will tell you. And then there was that rice at Christian Service.
Oh yes.
Udi rice now, you get an A.
Let's say congratulations.
Yes, congrats to you,
now Professor Adjoa Amankwa.
So now Professor Adjoa Amankwa.
So she's still Dr. Adjoa Amankwa,
Associate Professor
of Communications Studies.
Okay.
She could still use that. She could go ahead and say Professor this. But some people would actually go with Dr. Adwamanko, Associate Professor of Communications. And her PhD is one she's worked for. These days, the GTech says that if you want to know that you've done PhD, let us know what you studied and the institution that you went to. She studied for a PhD.
I love that we have a lot of women rising in academia these days. If you look at our public universities, for example, they have about on average, let's say 19,000 staff, right? Out of this 19,000, about 5,000 are teaching, and about let's say 14,000 are non-teaching. Okay, and so if you see a lot of women rising in this particular space, it makes me happy. Like Professor Kojo is Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Abba is Vice Chancellor of University of Ghana. I'm looking forward to a day we'll get another woman leading Unimac, leading the other universities, and I've also seen transformation by these women, and so it's good for the economy that a lot of women are rising in leadership, and they are bringing their, they can really multitask and get things moving. So congrats to her.
Yes, Dr. Adwamanko, now Associate Professor of Communications. But this morning, Kojo, we're just talking about education, and it means that we have to talk about the no-fee stress policy. A lot of the students have been able to get onto the portal. We are told that 57,000 of them have accessed the portal, out of which 41,000 have completed. The remainder haven't finished yet. But there are challenges also. There are those who have reached out and said they didn't find their courses or the programs of study. And so for those who can't find their program of study, what becomes of them? But also, what is the expected number of applications? And how much is it that these students are going to be getting? These analyses we've put together. We're going to be sharing with you the expected number, because we're looking at level 100 admissions in public tertiary institutions.
So it's all the universities, plus the private, the technical universities.
Exactly.
Does it include colleges of education?
They are public tertiary institutions.
Teacher training institutions?
Those are public tertiary institutions.
Okay. And so far, about 40,000 have registered. If you look at the general number, we are looking at just about 30-40%.
So we're looking at more than 100,000 registering. And if more than 100,000 are registering, based on the 499 million that has been allocated to them, that amounts to, say, 5,000 Ghana cedis on the average, if we had 100,000 people registering.
I'm looking at somebody's offer of admission for the University of Mines and Technology, and this person is to pay a non-refundable fee to cover his tuition. That is the academic facility user fee and accommodation for the year. Now, the academic facility user fee for this person, and now this letter was given to him on the 4th of January 2025, is 3,690 cedis.
3,000.
So this is UMAT.
3,000.
Yes. Okay. Academic facility user fee 3,690 cedis. This is the fee that is going to be borne by the state. Right. And if you look at, say, the UMAT numbers, for example, you get a sense of how much we have to pay for students going to UMAT. We have the numbers for the various universities. So if you have 40,000 registered, why is it that government is giving respite to parents and students and only 40% have registered since this platform was launched in April? What are the challenges? And how are we fixing them?
That's a conversation we must have here on the Super Morning Show. But look, Fidelity Bank wants to grow with you. So from the dreams of youth to the ambitions of adulthood, wherever you are on your journey, starting a career, building a family, growing a business, or planning your future, they're here for your journey. And you know that every goal deserves the chance to flourish. So with hard work, dedication, and a strong belief in yourself, the seed of greatness is within reach. So trust in the journey and understand that Fidelity Bank is with you every step of the way. Together, let's turn your dreams into reality. We're here for your journey. Fidelity Bank, believe. Yes.
And you know, when it comes to water tank, is the one with the thing on it, the tortoise on it. Yes, it's the Syntex tank. It's the champion of water tanks. It is strong, it is durable, and it's built to handle our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So go outside, check your tank. If it doesn't have a tortoise on it, it's time to upgrade. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that's tough like a tortoise. I've been to their factory. I've seen how these tanks are made. I use some, and I can tell you they are really good tanks. So call them on 0244 335 168 to buy now, or find one of their 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
Now, Toyota Ghana Company Limited proudly presents the Starlet Day, and on the 30th of May, that's just on Friday, Toyota Ghana is offering free diagnostics, discounted maintenance, and 20% off Toyota genuine spare parts exclusively for all Toyota Starlet owners. Visit any of their branches in Accra. That's on the Graphic Road, Legon or Motorway, and in Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, and Takwa, and enjoy unbeatable value for money while exploring exciting trading offers too. Rush now for a new Toyota Starlet from any Toyota Ghana Company Limited showroom today and enjoy 1 year warranty or 20,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Free service with an extended warranty of 5 years or 120,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Own your stardom with a new Toyota Starlet and make your automobile dream a reality today. Terms and conditions apply. Ghana drives Toyota Starlet.
And if you've not used Excellium from Total Energies, you are missing out on the incredible benefits of Total Excellium. Now, this fuel, the Excellium new formula with the additive enriched fuel, has a powerful 3-in-1 action. It cleans your engine, it extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. So go for the Total Excellium new formula. It also has anti-corrosion effects on your car, anti-corrosion, anti-wear, and it has detergent additives. So get the Excellium new formula from any Total Ghana outlets, Total Energies outlets, and be a part of those who drive and don't have to spend so much on fuel and don't also pollute the environment. Experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
So hello there, grab the chance to win big in the Access Bank Faketo Abeje Kesie promo. Now simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo. Increase it to 500 Ghana cedis or more and qualify for a draw for our youth customers, young customers, solo accounts. Spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with any Access Visa card and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning. So don't sit back, deposit now and stand a chance to win a share of over 500,000 in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5, iPhone 16, Chromebook, and so much more in our 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws. This promo runs from now till September 2025 in partnership with NLA on the Carter's Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Join the Faketo Abeje Kesie train, save now for the future, and win big. For more information, visit our website ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll-free 0800 00 4400. Access Bank, more than bank.
And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices, has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of our branches, and it's hassle-free. Kingdom will arrange delivery to your homes and offices within a reasonable time, and they offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark.
So, Kojo, you
yes,
know
boss.
that the Vice Chancellor of UHAS is also a woman, Professor Lydia Aziato.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I always thought it was just KNUST and Legon.
Oh, no, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, yes. So, my friend Prosper Gbena reminded me. So, good morning, Prosper. But I'm sure you've heard about the good news. Well, SG Ghana is giving away lots of amazing prizes, including a brand new luxurious Toyota RAV4 Adventure and the SG Ghana Deposit and Drive promo. Simply deposit 500 Ghana cedis or multiples of it into your SG Ghana account and stand a chance of winning big. Non-customers can open an account to participate. From now till the 30th of May 2025, you can win amazing prizes, including trips to Singapore or Dubai, Samsung mobile phones, air fryers, microwaves, TVs, or the ultimate prize, a brand new Toyota RAV4 from Toyota Ghana Company Limited. Minia will be 7 wine. And the more you deposit, the better your chances of winning. So join the SG Ghana Deposit and Drive promo today. Visit your nearest branch or call 0302214314 for further inquiries. This promo is regulated by NLA on the Carter's Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale, the future is you.
Now let me tell you about Pepsodent Cavity Fighter toothpaste. Every time you eat, food and sugars are trapped between your teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases foul breath. Get Pepsodent Cavity Fighter. It gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. And it's fortified with the right ingredients that help to seal tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. This prevents cavities, keeps your teeth strong and your mouth healthy. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter comes in 1.7-gram big family pack, the 120-gram Jaqua pack, 65-gram and 12-gram sachets, so you can always get what you can afford at any time. And Pepsodent is available at any shop near you. Now, the good news is that it's recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and Pepsodent is giving you the opportunity to talk to dentists for free. Just call 0800-161-000 to talk to a dentist for free. And if you want to talk to their customer care center, you can also do that toll free on 0800-2030. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Stay with us when we return after these messages. Your birthday messages, sports, and food for thought. We'll be right back.
Afternoon.
Oh, afternoon.
Please, Momo.
Deposit or withdrawal?
Withdrawal.
Ah, I like how you say withdrawal. How much?
500 Ghana.
Wow, I'll cash out.
Yes.
I feel ball number no mami why.
0241 789.
Ah, nice one. Approve.
Please, the agent's name, is it Mipiska Bibi to Crime Ventures?
Hey, into what body you now?
She. My let I have to verify.
Always confirm the name of the person you are receiving money from before accepting a request. If you receive a request from a friend to send money to an unfamiliar number, call to confirm before taking action. Do not share your number with strangers for the purpose of receiving e-cash in exchange for physical cash, because the source could be criminal and result in legal actions against you.
MTN.
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcon gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Show brought to us by
MTN.
Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
Now this one, I have one birthday message, says, happy birthday, my love. You deserve the very best out of life because you are the very best thing that has ever happened to me. Happy birthday to the angel that lights up my life. I am so grateful that I was able to find my way to you, and I can love and hold you for the rest of my life. From your husband, Dominic Kisiyabua. The kids, Minerva, Deandra, and Nanayao. And we say, we love you, Lydia. Hey, Dominic. Dominic, where she was on our radio. So Dominic is here to the wife Lydia. Happy birthday to you, Lydia. This one says a belated happy birthday wish to Mrs. Emily Mamle Abuchi of ICGC Open Heavens. May the Lord grant you long life with strength. Is from your in-law Evelyn.
Let me say a belated happy birthday to Mr. Julian Senna here. Yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday to you from your wife, from the children, and from all of us to you. Happy birthday to you, belated. And a belated one going out to my very good friend, Mr. Michael Ohinefa. Okay. Yesterday was your birthday as well. Belated happy birthday to you, Mr. Michael Ohinefa. And to George Mensa Britton, music artist, manager, music executive, one of the forces behind Kamido's Rise. Yeah. Yesterday was his birthday as well. Belated happy birthday to you. It's
a happy birthday to Dorothy McPods. You're 1 year today, so happy birthday to you. But yesterday was my son's birthday.
Okay.
Yes, Kwamina turned 6 years yesterday. And so, a belated happy birthday to Kwamina. I know he's listening by now.
We both have 6-year-olds.
Yeah, it's you.
Those boys.
The boy is 6 years. He's going to school by now, and he'll be listening and be saying, "Oh, Daddy, I heard you mention."
Kwamina, happy birthday. God bless you. May you grow to be a strong, wise, impactful man.
Great.
And we'll chill. Don't worry.
My friend, my lawyer friend Sifa said, when he's 12 years, we'll take him out. Anyway, let's get to the Sports Center. And it's brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
And Franco Trading
still phone papa fee.
And FPAC blows your pain away. But you know the football season is heating up, so catch every thrilling moment of the Champions League finals live and in HD on the 31st of May on DSTV. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And you know the leagues may be coming to an end, but the football action continues. And up next is the tournament where football meets culture and serious bragging rights are on the line. The Unity Cup is bringing together the national teams of Nigeria, Ghana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. And all these countries have something in common. And of course, all the games are live on DSTV and GoTV from the 27th to the 31st of May, with a big one, the Jollof Derby between Ghana and Niger, on the 28th of May. Watch the games on GoTV Value and DSTV Access packages. The excitement is real, and you can't afford to miss out. Dial *759# and enjoy the tournament where every goal tells a story, every match creates a memory. GoTV, love it. DSTV, your home of entertainment. So when Ghana plays against Trinidad and Tobago, it will be a Jacko Nimo versus Lord Kitchener.
Anyway, yes. Look, Yellow Ghana, there's exciting news for everyone looking to join the MTN family or grab an extra MTN SIM. All MTN SIM cards are available for the incredible price of just 10 Ghana cedis. Yes, you heard right. It's only 10 Ghana cedis. So head down to any MTN service center, Connect store, or your nearest authorized community shop to take advantage of this fantastic offer. Remember to purchase your new SIM card and get connected. All you need to bring is your valid Ghana card. It's that simple. Don't buy your SIM card anywhere for more than 10 Ghana cedis. So what are you waiting for? Experience the most amazing network when you join the Yellow family today.
You know, we're talking about Dr. Joy and the woman leading the universities earlier. You know, the Ghanaian woman was born to innovate, lead, and inspire change. That's why Standard Chartered's Future Makers Women in Tech program exists. Now, to give women entrepreneurs a platform to spark bold ideas, building thriving businesses, and drive real impact where it matters most. Now, this year, they are going even further, making a deliberate push to include women entrepreneurs living with disabilities. Through this empowering initiative, participants will gain a dedicated portfolio manager to help shape their business growth journey, access to seed funding of up to 10,000 USD, the Ghana cedi equivalent, tailored masterclasses, and invaluable mentorship opportunities. And they also have a vibrant alumni network of entrepreneurs across Africa and the Middle East to help you grow. So if you are ready to innovate, lead, and inspire, just visit scwomenintechgh.com to apply now and take your business to the next level. Standard Chartered, here for good. Acho is here. And Manchester United yesterday did something lovely. They moved from the 16th place to 15th place. That was lovely for fans of Manchester United. And Kudus was on point.
Yeah,
for his club.
It was good to sign off on a good note from the Premier League, but hopefully he's able to replicate that form that we saw yesterday for the Black Stars, because he will be in camp as Ghana takes on Trinidad and Tobago, Nigeria and Jamaica in that Unity Cup. That's how we welcome you aboard to the Joy Sports Center. My name is Victor Achutamaklu. Coming up.
Believed in the playoffs. Bridges double teams, cutting, and jackhammers. And New York's got the lead. What a comeback.
Karl Anthony Towns dominating the fourth quarter of Game 3 as the New York Knicks produce a stunning comeback against the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Black Stars of Ghana have also touched down in London for the 2025 Unity Cup, and that's where we start from, because their first game is set for Wednesday against Nigeria at the G-Tech Community Stadium. However, the squad has not been released with 48 hours to their first game. Reports indicates that Babaraman has been spotted in camp after nearly 2 years of absence from the team. Let's now review the Ghana Premier League match week 32 action. Nations FC, they took a major step towards their first Premier League title with a 3-0 win over defending champions FC Samatex 96 at Abrankese thanks to 3 second-half goals. That result means Nations are now on 60 points, 3 clear at the top with 2 games remaining, while Samatex fall to 7th place. In BBN, Gold Stars dropped to 2nd with 57 points after a goalless draw against Asante Kotoko, denting their title hopes. The Porcupine Warriors, meanwhile, are now 5 points away from the top spot with 2 games to go, but their head coach Karim Zito is not giving up on the title chase.
Every team wanted to win. We all created a lot of chances and we couldn't put it into the net. Nobody knows what is going to happen unless we calculate and then add the 2 games. Even if we win, we can't go, then it's over for me. But for now, I will never say it's over.
More on that title chase, because Pando Hearts of Lions, they've also slipped, losing by 3-1 to Young Apostles in Wenchi, who climbed to 12 with 40 points. Lions have now dropped as a result to 4th place on 54 points. Indiana Stars, they thrashed already relegated Legon Cities by 4-0 to move to 10th, while Dreams FC snatched a 1-0 win over Brecum Chelsea, lifting them up to 8th. Elsewhere, Pasake Holy Stars drew blank with Bechem United to stay just above the relegation zone, and Vision FC, they edged Karela by 1-0 to rise to 13th on the Premier League table. Karela, they sit just above the drop zone with 35 points. But before all of that, Accra Hearts on Friday beat Accra Lions by 3-1, but they are out of the title race as they remain in 5th place with 52 points. Elsewhere in the Division 1 League, Swedro All Blacks clinched qualification for the Ghana Premier League season next term with a 3-0 win over New Edibiasi United in Swedro. That win takes them to 66 points from 29 matches, 7 points ahead of second place Sekendi Rispark with 1 game to go. Hohoe United, formerly Liberty Professionals, have also secured their place in next season's Ghana Premier League with a 3-1 win over Interlice in Hohoe on Sunday. They are 5 points clear of second place Port City with a game to spare. Let's head to Tumu now, where the inaugural Betway Tumu Community Cup came to a successful conclusion on Saturday. Real 24 Hours emerged champions after edging Bujan Crocodiles by 0 in a closely contested final. Ademu Benin Abdul Karim has more in this report.
The decisive goal came just minutes into the first half, and the Tumu-based Division 2 side held firm under pressure to claim the historic title. Real 24 Hours not only lifted the trophy, but also walked away with 5,000 Ghana cedis in prize money and medals. Bujan Crocodiles, as runners-up, received 3,000 Ghana cedis, while third place Soccer Babies earned 2,000 Ghana cedis. The competition was graced by the Sisala East Member of Parliament, Honorable Mohamed Issa Bataglia, alongside the Municipal Chief Executive, Honorable Adamu Yakubu. Honorable Bataglia expressed optimism that the event had inspired the youth, while Honorable Yakubu commended the excellent organization of the tournament.
It was like there was no hope. A lot of people did the same thing and yet nobody went anywhere. You, Karim, Fentu, the joint news stream, they were talking about Betway coming in. You have uplifted some kind of spirit of our young ones. I am sure they are more energized walking out of this pit, believing that there's a future for them to be able to make the as well.
This is superb. If you look at the organization, if you look at the way the whole program has been organized, I think we have to commend the organizers for doing a wonderful job today.
Football analyst coach Christopher Nimley has called for the Tumu Cup to become an annual event.
For me, I thank God I came here. If you look at the level of commitment and how very successful this thing has become, a humble plea to my brother and to everybody who supported this thing cannot end here. It has to be an annual thing, so that by the grace of God, we use this platform to get to change the fortunes using football of most of the young boys in the area.
Speaking after the event, Fentuo Tahiru Fentuo said the success of the tournament has inspired him to do more.
I'm very, very grateful for all the people that made this successful, all the volunteers, the MC, the MP, all the people that came here. The biggest thanks to my big sponsors, Betway, and to Piva Beverages for all the amazing support. I couldn't be more grateful that this went as successfully as it did. It's beyond my imagination. It's inspired me. It's given me the vim, really, to go on and do more.
The one-day tournament was a collaborative initiative led by Joy Sports editor Fentuo Tahiru Fentuo in partnership with leading bookmakers Betway and supported by Piva Beverages.
Excellent work and congratulations to all involved who helped to pull this off. Next, it's full speed ahead to Europe, where Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim addressed the Old Trafford crowd and apologized for the disastrous season following their 2-0 win against Aston Villa. United finished the season in 16th place and without a trophy, having lost the Europa League final to Spurs, but the Portuguese manager says the good times are on the horizon.
In my first 3 games in charge, with 2 victories and 1 draw, I said to you, the storm is coming. Today, after this disaster season, I want to tell you, the good days are coming. If there is one club in the world that proved in the past that can overcome any situation, any disaster, is our club, is Manchester United Football Club.
Karim is laughing sheepishly and mischievously inside the studio. But that's Ruben Amorim and his message to Man United fans. United have also confirmed the departures of Christian Eriksen, John Evans and Victor Lindelof from the club. Meanwhile, Aston Villa, they've made an official complaint to the PGMOL over the selection of referee Thomas Brummel for their Premier League final day game against United. That defeat saw Villa finish 6th in the league, meaning they missed out on Champions League football next season, and when just a point would have seen them secure the top 5 finish necessary to qualify. Here's Unai Emery speaking post-game.
After the red card, the match was completely different. We needed to be resilient. We were being resilient. We needed to defend. We needed to believe in some attacking action to score 1 goal or to have some chances, and we had it. It was a mistake, we know, and the referee as well, he knows. Of course, we have to accept the mistake of the referees and the coaches. We are making mistakes, the players, and the referees can make this mistake.
Yeah, that's Unai Emery. But all of that happened, and he said all of that because after the first half sending off of goalkeeper Emi Martinez, Villa's 10 players thought they had taken the lead in the second half when Morgan Rogers poked the ball free from Altair Bayanda and curled the ball into an open net, only for Brummel to disallow the goal for an alleged foul on the United goalkeeper. The referee awarded a free kick to United with Bayanda deemed to be in control of the ball before Rogers gained possession, only for replays to show that he did not have both hands on the ball when Rogers poked it away. Because Brummel blew his whistle before Rogers' shot crossed the line, VAR was unable to intervene in that situation. So that's what went down. Meanwhile, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca revealed in the club's Champions League qualification, telling those who doubted him and his young side to F off.
I didn't have any doubt, to be honest, about the players. I said that the doubt was from outside. All the ones that they have the answer, or all the ones that they have the truth, they were saying that we are too young, we are not good enough. They were waiting for Villa draw points in case we want to achieve Champions League. And they were saying that we were not able to win in this pitch because too young because not experience. Unfortunately for them, they have been all wrong. All the ones, that they have the truth and they have the answer for everything. So in English, I would say F off to all of them.
Enzo Maresca is the Chelsea manager. They secure Champions League place after that win over Nottingham Forest. Ghana's Antoine Semenyo, he scored twice to end Bournemouth a 2-0 win over Leicester to end the season with 11 Premier League goals and 5 assists. Mohamed Kudus also scored and ending the season with 5 goals after scoring in that West Ham's 3-1 win over Ipswich. In the NBA, the New York Knicks produced a stunning comeback to claim a first win in their NBA Eastern Conference playoff finals against the Indiana Pacers. Defeat would have left the Knicks 3-0 down in the 7-game series, but the New York, who were 20 points down towards the end of the second quarter, now only trail 2-1, and that's because they secured a 106-100 victory with Karl Anthony Towns producing 20 points in that matchup. The Timberwolves also thrashed the OKC Thunder 143-101 to claim their first win in the Western Conference Finals. Anthony Edwards scored 30 points and Julius Randle added 24 for that particular win. Now, in the French Open, world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka sounded an early warning siren to her French Open rivals when she dismantled Kamila Rakimova in the opening round, while Parisian fans gave Rafa Nadal a special salute as the clay courts major got underway on Sunday, where at the end of that session, at the Court Philippe, Roland Garros hummed with anticipation as the fans gave a standing ovation to the man who has secured 14 French Open triumphs, and he was joined by his adversaries and friends. Roger Federer was there, Novak Djokovic, even Andy Murray also joined him on that big court to congratulate him for that excellent. That's how we end the Joy Sports Center. Before Golem said good morning to a good friend, Diana Gordon, who works at Chroma at Osu. Back to you, Winston.
Thank you very much, Victor Chutamaklu, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports. Now time for Food for Thought, brought to us by Koba Our Lives Simplified and Roverman Productions. Be the difference. Uncle, good morning.
Oh, what you say, it's always good to hear from you.
And it's good to hear from you also, Uncle. I believe you're doing very well this morning as you get ready for Love on the Ropes.
That's right. Love on the Ropes.
Hey, Uncle.
Yes.
Uncle de Asembeba.
It's a crazy play. And you know what is exciting about that play?
Tell me.
It has a cast of 2.
Hey.
There are 2 people are going to hold you spellbound for 2 hours, and you wouldn't even notice the passage of time.
I'd love to see that.
Incredible work, incredible production that we are bringing you. Oh, but this morning, Achu put a smile on my face when he said the Manchester United coach is promising a better season this year.
We hope so.
Oh, why? I mean, there should be a little bit more faith.
Oh.
Otherwise, I'll give you what the Chelsea manager said to his critics.
Agrobeso if you are not.
All right, okay. Now, Winston, in celebration of Mother's Day this year, I have been reflecting on my mother, and this week I'll bring my reflections to an end.
Okay.
I was raised more by my mother than by my father, and in reflecting on the way she raised me, I realize now that she did not raise me directly, but indirectly. In other words, my mother did not sit me down to instruct or teach me, except on one occasion where she decided to teach me about hospitality directly. And I am bringing you that story today.
Okay.
South Central in the 60s was a microcosm of Ghana. Almost every tribe in Ghana was represented in that small community. There were Fantis like us, Ekwapems, Achems, Ashantis, Brons, Buzanges, Dagatis, Eves, Frafra, Gans, Kwawus, and Zema, and all living peacefully side by side. We, the children of these diverse families, played and visited each other's homes we schooled together, sat in the same classrooms, and formed friendships that have lasted 60 to 65 years in some cases, as it is in my case. Of course, we teased each other with our ethnic backgrounds, which often reflected the prejudice of our parents. But because we played together and schooled together, we transcended ethnicity and came to respect each other. We learned that no tribe was inferior. For instance, a boy may look down on you because of your tribe. Then you outperform him in class and also in the playing field. And suddenly, he does not see you as a child of that tribe, of a tribe, but as an incredible student and footballer. And you transcend your tribe, not just for him, but for the others who despise you because of your tribe. And because we, the children, became friends, our parents were also forced to put some of their prejudices aside and embrace the neighbors from different tribes. And the fun for us, the children, was that in almost every home, we found a welcome. Except, Winston, except when it came to meal times. Most mothers were hospitable, but not every mother was generous with food. For them, chop time, no friend. Some of them would just dish their son's food to him, same portion as usual, and leave him to decide if he wants to share his food with his friends. Other mothers were more direct, and they would simply tell you to go home and that your mother may be needing you for some chores.
Very necessary.
Yeah. A few mothers, however, would make additional provision for their son's friend. And sometimes, if you left their home before supper was served, they will send your portion to you in your home.
Wow.
Or they will send their son to come and fetch you to come and eat. My mother was of the latter kind. She never cooked for the number in our household. She always cooked for more people than we had in the household. So if any of our friends were around at meal times, and a few made sure they always were, they were given equal portions with me and my brothers. And some of the boys my mother gave equal portions to had mothers who drove us away when food was ready in their homes. And so my brothers and I did not see why our mother should feed those boys. One day, when supper was just about to be served, I said to one of the boys who had followed me home, and whose mother would always say, Kobna, Kofi, I said to that boy, Jack, go home. I'm sure your mother needs you to do some chores for her. My mother overheard me attempting to send the boy away, and she immediately rebuked me and asked the boy to stay for supper. I was not happy with that, and so the next day, I ensured that the boy did not follow me home. But when supper was ready, my mother asked me, Kobna, where's your friend? And she mentioned that boy's name. And I said, Mom, he's in his house. My mother said, go and call him to come and eat.
Wow.
Now, Winston, that was too much for me. So I protested. Mom, I said, you have to stop doing this. That boy's mother drives us from her house when food is ready. My mother said, look at your foolishness. I said, go and bring him to eat. And you say what? Then she said something that has stayed with me for over 60 years. She said, Kobina, listen, I'm not doing it for that boy. I'm doing it for you and your brothers. Now, she had me confused. How can you feed the son of an ungenerous woman and say you are doing it for your children? I asked. It was one of the few times my mother had patience with me. Usually, she would flare up and give you a backhand if you were within range, or throw something at you when you asked too many questions. But this time, she spoke without anger and without any trace of impatience. She said, Kobina, I do not know where life would take you and your brothers. I may not be where life takes you. And so I'm making myself the mother of every child, so that wherever you, my children, find yourselves, someone will be raised to help you. And Winston, that is what has happened to me and my brothers. We have always found help from unlikely places. And I know it is because my mother, applying a biblical principle, quote, threw her bread upon the waters, quote, end of quote, and prayed that her children would find it when they needed it. Thank God for wise and godly mothers. May their children always make them proud. And Winston, that is my presentation for this morning.
Thank you very much, Uncle Ebo. I like your mother's statement. It's true. I mean, she certainly didn't know where you could be at any point in time.
You had no idea.
But her kindness, you may never know the person you may come across who says...
Her kindness has followed me and my brothers.
Exactly. That is so true. And I wish all parents would do same, you know. There are times you hear people saying, well, I'm doing this because of your father, what your father did to me years ago. I'm doing this because, I know a man who told me years ago that I didn't know your father from anywhere, took me into your house, into your home. He taught me to pass A-level, and that's how I went to university. So,
wow.
Yes, and this man was then a DC when I was at the university. Whenever he came to campus, he would look for me and give me money. And one day he shared a story with me and said, this is why I do the things I do. I said, ooh, I never knew that. He says, yes, you would not know, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, thank God for wise and godly parents.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have generous and kind and godly and wise parents.
It is.
Because it follows you for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Uncle Ebo White, for joining us with Food for Thought. It's 8 a.m., which means we can now bring you the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. It's actually brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts. It's brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. The Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama has ruled out any target rate for cedis depreciation, insisting current good run is supported by positive market sentiments fueled by robust monetary measures. The Ghana Association of Banks has welcomed the central bank's decision to hold the policy rate at 28%, describing the move as a prudent decision based on current market developments. The Finance Minister, Dr. Cassiel Atuforson, has announced that he will commence payment of claims by contractors once the Auditor General submits his interim report. And elsewhere, US President Donald Trump has agreed to extend a deadline to negotiate tariffs with the European Union by more than a month. Last month, he announced a 20% tariff on most EU goods. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. And Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sale of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets, with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA at competitive prices. And for every generator you acquire, you will enjoy a 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of generating sets. And their services include a 24-hour emergency service, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental service, professional advice, sale of tire lights and rental. Locate their latest branch at Pokwasi White House opposite Eco Block, and head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. They also have 21 branches nationwide. They're into skills training. They have a training school that trains students in generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals and controls, and solar installations. They offer 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. Call them on 0243 480 334 or 0540-109-493. Anointed, the generator experts. Now, Kojo, just picture this, okay? Because Roverman Productions, in partnership with the National Theatre and Joy FM, presents an Uncle Ebo White special, Love on the Ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So on their wedding anniversary, The fighting gloves are laced. Dawn is a retired boxing champion, turned politician who spent years guarding a secret that is potent enough to destroy his marriage. Aisha, his wife, is a bold, brilliant influencer and social media sensation who wants the truth from her husband, and she wants it live on her podcast with thousands watching. Abba. So what begins as a celebration of love becomes a dramatic showdown. Now, Uncle Ebo just told me that is a two-cast play. So there's the husband and wife.
Oh.
Yes, and they're going to be holding us for 2 hours. I'd love to see this one.
When is it?
It's on the 27th, 28th, and 29th of June, and then on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of July.
Okay, so 6 days.
6 days. I'd love to see it.
Are we going to have 2 sessions per day?
Exactly.
3 sessions?
Okay, this is going to be on Fridays. So that's on the 27th and on the 6th of July, 27th of June and the 6th of July. 7 p.m. one show only. Saturdays 4 p.m. 8 p.m. 2 shows only.
Okay.
And Sundays 1 p.m. 4 p.m. 8 p.m. 3 shows. So that's Roverman 1, 2, 3.
And 4 p.m. is 4 p.m. more. It's not 4:15.
Uncle,
8 is 8.
Oh, that's one Uncle try.
Yes.
The last time I got there, and me Jinchi, I was saying hello. By the time I got in at I think I got in at 8:03. It has started.
No Aboka.
Uncle, why did you don't joke?
Yeah.
So please. From now to the 15th of June, buy your early bird tickets for the shows at 250 Ghana cedis only on the Koba short code *365 *535#. And the price of the tickets will revert to the usual 300 after the promotion. You can also buy your tickets on the Rover app or via Roverman's website, rovermanproductions.com. For inquiries and large purchases, call 0505 546 010 or send a WhatsApp to 0505 546 030. You can also follow us on the social media platforms. Buy your tickets now. Love on the Ropes is brought to you by Koba, Gino, Jollof Mix, and Tilly Communications Partner, M Notify, and Logistics Movers. Roverman Productions, be the difference. But this morning, I'd love to hear from you. I mean, if you are a first-year student at the university and you've applied for the no-fee stress policy, you've applied to be refunded monies that you paid as admission and academic facility user fee, we want you to tell us what your experience is, okay? Join us on X, use the hashtag JoySMS, or you can join us on WhatsApp 055-1111-997. But if you're having challenges too, let us know, because the head of the Students Loan Trust Fund, Hajia Shiraz, will be joining us this morning here on the Super Morning Show. And social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. And number 10, liver salt, a refreshing relief.
And we all face money emergencies, especially school has reopened. This weekend, Legon students return to school, KNUST. I believe the other universities also return to school. There are people who had money emergencies before school reopened because they probably didn't have enough money to get all the supplies they needed. But hey, do you know your money emergency number? If you don't, let me give you one. That is *770#. Is the EcoBank money emergency number. It gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility bill payments, airtime, data purchases, and so much more. You don't need internet for this. You just have to dial *770#. No need to panic in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. So dial *770# now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank.
So stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, download it. You go enjoy it. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even church tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the
EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show and on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel Connecting Energies. Yomi Yogurt, a nourishing choice. We've told you our focus is on education, but this time around is on the no fee stress policy. We want to understand how it's working, because some of you have come to us with your complaints, and the good news is that the head of the Students' Loan Trust Fund is joining us here on the Super Morning Show. She's going to be answering all the questions, all the concerns that you have. So just stay with us. In the meantime, keep your questions coming to us. Join us on X, use the hashtag JoySMS, and then on WhatsApp 055-1111-997.
And importantly, we want to hear from parents how you are dealing with school fees related issues, and whether you've been able to register your ward on the new platform to ensure that come second year, that refund will be made to your ward and you don't have to bear the cost of that particular year's academic facility user fee. So send us a message. We'll be ready to read your messages. And the big story is brought to you by Telecel Cash, your secure and convenient cash platform. Is still offering the lowest charges ever, Winston. They are offering you the lowest charges ever. And if you send money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash, it is still free on the Telecel Play app. Winston, send me sky. So it's free on the Telecel Play app. Send the keke. So whether you are paying school fees or you are sending cash to your favorite people, send the keke. And remember that you can make payment to all other networks anywhere cash transfer is accepted as a means of payment. Dial *110# or download the Telecel Play app today. Now send the keke.
Good, but before we go, this one's a belated birthday wish to Dr. Godfred Akate of Saint Bakita Catholic Church, Sakomono. Have an amazing year filled with lots of blessings from Beryl and Belinda. This one says happy birthday to Joseph Manasseh Yakwa Edusa Aisen Jr. AKPK. May this year bring you endless joy and great success in all your endeavors. We love you, from your wife Sylvia and children Anebra and baby Kobe. And a happy birthday to Carlos Benson of Urban Roots. Have a fulfilling and rewarding year from Beryl. I think I have a last one here that says happy birthday to Nana Abduma Apia Esquire, a lawyer of Tema Community 9 TSC of Ghana Revenue Service. Shall his blessings flow in ceaseless praise and grace abound on you in the years ahead, from the office manager Lydia Ogusubanahi and all staff of Tema Community 9 TSC.
Yes, so we are talking about funding tertiary education in Ghana, but there is also an opportunity for you to study abroad, especially in the UK, and Astolinks is giving you that opportunity. This morning I'll be talking to the CEO and the founder of Astolinks on the new arrangements they have. In fact, Winston, now they have funding for people who want to study abroad.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes, they have funding for people who want to study abroad. So whilst you are thinking about our first degrees here, those of you who want to travel abroad for your second degrees and a lot more, Astolinks has that opportunity coming up. So stay with us. We'll share more with you.
Great. That will be after these messages here on the Super Morning Show.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Telecel Cash has the lowest transfer charges ever in Ghana. Send it keke with Telecel Cash. You for sort out your old boy, send it keke. Your girl they bill you, send it keke. Merchant payment, send it keke to all networks. T-Cash agents in Swansea baby. You won't buy some 1212. Send it keke. And even better, T-Cash to T-Cash transfers are still free on the Telecel Play app. Telecel Cash is a secure and convenient platform for cash transfers across all networks and anywhere mobile money transactions are made. Dial *110# to send money at the lowest charges ever, or download the Telecel Play app to send cash to T-Cash wallets for free. Telecel Cash. Send the keke.
Paying or getting paid? Koba day for you.
Driver, I don't have cash on you.
Oh, madam, you can pay through Koba.
Oh, you use Koba too? That makes it easy.
Receive payment from your customers and make bulk payment in just a few clicks.
Madam, I received the money.
Hello, Coffee.
Mom, you still haven't sent me the airtime, and the house internet is finished. My game.
I'm sorry, darling. Doing that right away.
With Koba, you can send airtime to your friends and family and load data for some great entertainment.
Oh! Madam, here are the foodstuff. Thank you. You can use the short code *365# or the Koba mobile app to make your payment.
Get a designated short code today and start receiving payment with real-time visibility into all your payments with Koba. Pay your suppliers and staff in just a few clicks. For more information, call 0200-404010.
Koba there, you click pew and you hear pew pew. Transaction done.
Koba, our life simplified.
I used to stress about where to receive my advertisements sticker and always used to doubt whether my friend has really sent it.
So I asked a friend of mine and he said his wife used to have similar challenges until she decided to receive money transfers from CBG.
Well, I can relate because now I receive my money from CBG. It's so simple, fast and secure with no delays and no hidden fees. And I must say, life is now feeling good.
Stay connected to your loved ones no matter where they are. With Consolidated Bank Ghana's money transfer services, you can receive money quickly and securely from abroad, whether through MoneyGram, Western Union, PayAngel, TransFast, UnityLink, RIA, EaseRemit, Funes, TapTap Send, and TerraPay. Cash out your way any day with Consolidated Bank Ghana. Welcome to the good life. CBG, we stand with you.
We stand with you.
Are you tired of rising fuel costs and frequent service and maintenance draining your budget? Are you a transport business thinking of the best eco-friendly and cost-saving option for a car? Then switch to the Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. The Cerio Nano 3 EV is proudly marketed and distributed in Ghana by Anointed Engineering Services Limited. The sleek Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle, with its advanced technology and high performance, emits zero emissions because it does not run on fossil fuels. No need to worry about a charging station because you can charge your Cerio at home directly by plugging into the socket. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle offers unmatched comfort, interior design, fast charging, long-lasting battery, and a portable digital ultra-silent genset for backup charging no matter your power situation anywhere. Visit our brand new and ultra-modern showrooms in Accra and Kumasi. In Kumasi, Asukwa, in front of the TAT yard on the Ak Mayanka Road. Call our hotlines on 0544 340589 and 0243 480 334. Anointed also stocks genuine spare parts and delivers after-sales services 24/7 for our Cerio Nano 3 EVs. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. Experience a legacy of luxury modernized. Cerio EV. Go electric.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show. FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
Education. Later this morning, we'll be talking to the CEO of the Student Loan Trust Fund. The fate of about 150,000 level 100 students are in their hands, basically, because the government's policy of no fee stress is being implemented by her agency. We've been told about 40,000 students have registered on the platform. So we have about 90 or so more thousand to go. What is the way forward in getting students registered so that parents can take advantage of this, so that the students, the stress-free payment thing is implemented properly? We'll be discussing that here on the Super Morning Show. If you are listening to us in traffic, I also have good news for you, especially those of you who want to study abroad. We're having a conversation right now on opportunities in studying abroad here on the Super Morning Show. Good morning to commuters and listeners on the Amasaman Accra Road. You're advised to expect some significant delays this morning. We are told that there is heavy traffic between the Japia Herbal factory and the barrier, and cars are just not moving. And also from St. John's Grammar to Old Station on the main road. If you have any traffic updates, you can share with us here on the Super Morning Show. But I'm in the studio with Richard Obing, assuming the founder and CEO of Astolinks. Good morning, Richard. Good to see you.
Good morning, Mr. Akoto. I'm well.
The last time we met was about 2 months ago.
Absolutely.
You brought us good news, and you were enabling people to sign up to go study in the UK. How's it going so far?
So far, so good. It's been fantastic and amazing, bringing a lot of relief to Ghanaian and African students.
Yeah. Now, for people who don't know Astolinks, if today is the first time somebody is hearing about Astolinks, what should they know about you? What is Astolinks all about?
Good morning to our fantastic viewers and listeners around the world. Astolinks International is a Ghanaian registered firm that was birthed around 19 years ago, and what we do is helping people who want to travel to study abroad by making sure we help them to get the right school and the right destination. I'm also advising them on the right courses to pursue. We do our business with integrity and honesty, and so far thousands of students from Ghana and the rest of Africa have benefited from our services to study and work abroad.
Why should any student or a parent think about Astolinks first if they want to apply to study in the UK?
Thank you. Once again, as I said in my introductory information, we do not just say travel. You have to travel for a purpose.
Yeah.
And we work with immigration lawyers and well-versed educational counselors. So if somebody walks into our offices, we try to make sure we advise you to really understand who you are and making sure that, one, you are traveling to the right country. You are going to the right school. I mean, you don't go to a school you cannot afford to pay fees. You don't go to a school that is not accredited. You don't go and study any course that will not be relevant.
Yeah.
So before one decides to travel, we look into all these factors and say, look, we know that these are high in demand programs. If you pursue AI, cybersecurity, data science, or this or that, when you finish, you become competitive.
Yeah.
If you go to a country A, B, C, or D, you also be competitive. And we also consider something like your immigration history. There are people who have excellent academic qualification, they have the financial ability, and they want to travel, but their previous travel immigration history may not permit them to go to country A or B.
Yeah.
And for that matter, when they walk into our office, we do all this assessment. So if people come to Astolinks, we will make sure that we have pre-onboard them to ensure that they are truly eligible before we recommend a place for them.
So you dot all your I's and cross your T's.
Absolutely.
And make sure that whatever solution and advice you are giving to people will actually be worth their while. So if I want to study in the UK, for example, and do something in engineering and manufacturing, you advise me on the right city to go to.
Yes, absolutely.
So that whilst I study, I can do some proper internships.
Absolutely.
You won't take me to London, the financial center, to go and do manufacturing.
No, I'm not taking you to Canary Wharf. And the last one I may add to it is also the fact that we've been in the system for 19 years, and we are an agency with integrity.
Yeah.
We are hardworking, and we work with integrity. We are honest. We are faithful. We have empathy with our client. And Ghanaian students and African students who have benefited from us for the 19 years can attest to this. And this is the reason why people should walk into Astolinks. Yeah.
So let's talk about the UK, for example. I know the immigration rules have been changed recently. Is there any special group of people who can now access education in the UK or opportunities in the UK?
Okay. Immigration rules have not been changed yet.
Okay.
It is,
it's been announced.
It has been announced.
Okay.
It is now going to go through Parliament for discussions, and before that, until that is established, and even if it's established, the immigration rules probably may take effect from next year, and it will affect future students, not current students. We don't know after they have done the review what the really outcome is going to be. So for now, I'll say people listening to us should be patient and wait till the right people who are supposed to work on it comes out finally with the statement of changes, which Parliament will finally amend in the UK, and then it becomes a reality.
But you can assure your listeners that you are following all these things and you are building capacity to be able to help them cross these hurdles when they come to you.
Absolutely. As Astolinks, we have immigration lawyers we work with, fantastic educational counselors, and so anyone who walks into us, we'll make sure that we use the current immigration rules to advise them. You were asking a question whether who is eligible. I mean, everyone UK is an open country, it's an equal opportunity country. They do not discriminate on age. If you want to study a postgraduate, undergraduate program, no matter your age, your qualification, there is something for you. People who went to university and had passed third class, whatever. You have a diploma, you have HND, and whatever. UK is a hub for international education, and there's an opportunity for you. So everyone is welcome to apply.
This is the Super Morning Show. It's coming up to 8:30. I'm talking to Mr. Richard Obeng, assuming the founder and CEO of Astolinks. We are talking about the opportunities when it comes to higher education outside the country, especially UK, USA, Canada, Ireland, and many other countries in Europe. And Astolinks for the past 19 years has been a leading institution that has helped a lot of people take up some of these opportunities. Now, this morning our conversation on this show is about funding tertiary education. We're talking to Students' Loan Trust Fund.
Fantastic.
And I know that one of the biggest challenges for people who want to pursue higher education is funding. These days, there are lots of people who tell me that the scholarships are dwindling. The quantum, the numbers, they are dwindling. Now, you are telling us to take advantage of the opportunities out there, but do you have funding opportunities? Do you help people secure funding? What do you have in that regard to make it easier on all of us
to
study abroad?
Thank you, Mr. Boafa. Yes, I mean, you can see that recently the number of students graduating. I mean, we had free SHS, so the number of high school graduates, I think, has doubled or tripled.
Yeah.
You look at the number of higher education institutions, even in Ghana. I think we have over 100 higher education institutions.
I was looking at the data earlier. Around 2021, level 100 students in our public tertiary institutions was around 120,000. Now we are told it's about 150,000.
See, when I was in the university like 18 years ago,
now we are 12.
We had less than we have like 5 public universities. Today we have like more than 10 public universities. Yes. Right? So we are producing. So it means that the scholarship institution cannot continue to afford to give everybody scholarship. So what we have at Astolinks, we have partnered with a loan company now in the UK, in Canada, in US, Australia, we have France, Germany. If there's somebody listening to me, you want to study in US, you want to study in Canada, Australia, France, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Astolinks have partnered with a loan company. We can finance up to 90% of your tuition fees and living expenses. So, for example, this morning, if you want to study in the UK, we can finance 90% of your tuition fees and your living expenses.
On average, how much is that every year?
We have a minimum of $10,000, a minimum of 10 to finance. So if your tuition fee is say £20,000, we can finance 90% of that for you.
Wow, that's about £18,000.
Absolutely. All that you need to do is, first of all, you must be able to get admission to a partner institution. I can mention some of the names when we get there, and also apply to the right course. It's not every course. We are sponsoring student or financing student going to do courses. We are very sure that when they graduate, they will be very competitive to get employment around the world, not just UK. Even when you come to Ghana, you can find opportunity in Ghana. If you are such a student and you want to study in the UK, Canada, Australia, USA, France or Germany, we are happy to tell you that at Astor-Links, we can finance 90% of your tuition fees and your living expenses. Though terms and conditions apply, you walk into our office, you book an appointment with us, you call us, we're going to tell you more about how you can onboard and go through the process. So yes, funding is a challenge, but now we are brought a solution by supporting our Ghanaian brothers and sisters tuition and living expenses to enable them study in the United Kingdom coming September 2025. Yes.
You've been mentioning a lot of United Kingdom, even though you do a lot of countries. What makes the UK special to you? Because you mention all the countries, but you always land on the United Kingdom. What's so special about studying in the UK and not the other countries?
I think I'm a bit biased probably, because I studied in the UK and I look at the opportunities I got from the UK education. Is amazing. Besides, I think almost every Ghanaian home, UK has produced a graduate. There's a UK graduate. If you look at our ministers, if you look at our MPs, if you look at all the CEOs of public, state, or even private institutions in Ghana, most of them, if you take your time, they are UK graduates.
So there's a German burger in almost every Ghanaian home, and there's a UK graduate
in every Ghanaian. That's fantastic analysis. German burger in every Ghanaian, and there's a UK graduate almost in every Ghanaian home now. And I would say that UK is an equal opportunity country, very peaceful, organized, and has fantastic opportunities for international students. I mean, if you look at their postgraduate, it's just a 1-year program, and above all, UK qualification is globally recognized. Studying in UK will give you a competitive advantage over many other countries, and this is the reason why we are always encouraging Ghanaian students to consider UK education.
Richard, it's always great talking to you. For me, I believe in value addition, capacity building, and you are creating that opportunity for people to add on to their skills and knowledge base. And I'm always thankful when you come here. But I'm going to wrap up with you for the morning. You mentioned some partner institutions. If you can take us quickly through them, and where can we locate or find you and your team if we want to talk to you later?
Well, so if somebody wants to visit Astor-Links, we have our global office, www.astorlinks.net. That is our global office. Or you go to any of us, all the social media platforms, you'll find Astor-Links there. And in Accra, we are located at 4A Paul Street, East Legon. 4A Paul, just Google that. Use the Google map to drive to our office. 4A Paul Street, East Legon. You can call our business development manager, Nana Enyim Jesse, whose number is 053 715 2118.
053 715 2118.
Yes.
And the office is located at number 4A Paul Street, East Legon, Accra.
Yes.
Close to the East Legon Melcom.
Yes.
Yes.
Not far from
that place.
High Sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Behind the Cornerstone School.
Yes. If you stand at High Sense and you face southeast.
Yes.
You
As
will
if you are
see
going
Astor-Links.
to ANC.
Yes,
Yeah,
you will
yeah.
see Astor-Links.
You see Astor.
Good to talk to you, Richard. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Small, we'll get a lot more graduates, people with postgraduate degrees who will come back to Ghana and help us build a country
Absolutely.
we want.
Like I did.
Yes. That was Richard Obeng Asumin, founder and CEO of Astor-Links, sharing the good news and the opportunities of traveling abroad and studying abroad with us. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking to the CEO of the Students' Loan Trust Fund. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy FM.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Say donut, 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 donut. Hey, donut, 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 donut. Donut, donut. Then come cut up donut, donut, donut. Malaria super donut.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till no not now. Oh, malaria chill. Oh, popo. What mean the day? I want the no donut. A dabako. No donut. A damien no. No donut. A damien sa. No donut.
Malaria super donut.
No. Donut scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumojam ansana wanum lona. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo ho a ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
In Ghana today, the workforce is changing. That's why the Design and Technology Institute, DTI, is admitting youth who are 16 to 27 years old. As Ghana's first privately owned TVET institution, DTI is offering cutting-edge training to help you develop new skills to meet today's industrial demands. If you are a recent SSS or university graduate or an applicant looking for relevant career prospects, DTI lets you choose precision welding and fabrication, design innovation, entrepreneurship, and other exciting programs. DTI's unique competency-based curriculum focuses on practical skills and problem solving, ensuring that you graduate prepared to tackle real-world challenges. For more information, visit dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534. You can also pick up application forms at our campus in Mimpasem, East Legon. DTI, wired for jobs.
Kids, no running. They grow up so fast.
Come here, guys. Who wants to watch their favorite show on GoTV?
Your family's favorite moments are made better with GoTV's shows. We've got loads of local, international, and kids channels, and all the football you need from the comfort of your home.
You can also watch your favorite shows wherever you are with GoTV Stream. Stick with GoTV and let's go together. GoTV. Love it.
Ah, my little ones, gather around. Once upon a time in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Ask there. Anybody will show you.
And when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Ah, the sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibes. These, my dear ones, are some few moments that make our Ghana truly special. And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lele rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Special moments are worth celebrating with lele rice. Lele rice, yenimno fritite. This advert is FDA approved.
For over 20 years, Ashesi University graduates have been pioneering change across the continent and beyond. With our new graduate programs in Master of Business Administration, Intelligent Computing Systems, and Mechatronic Engineering, you can advance your career or your enterprise. And Ashesi education gives you more than just a degree. It equips you with skills for a lifetime. Visit www.ashesi.edu.gh to explore our programs designed for Africa's future leaders. Remember, applications are ongoing.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Matina watch it, remember me shit. Matina watch it, judge me so me pay. A day.
FM. But who did that song? Jackie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackie Champon.
That's the new one.
Mm.
The one that she was on Showbiz A to Z on Saturday to talk about.
Yes.
Okay. Last time Kwame Dazi said that Jackie has been going for the easy way out all the time. She should do difficult songs and stop easy songs.
Obia on a talent.
What works for you is what you do.
Yes.
Anyway, this morning we've been joined by Hajia Sajida Shiraz, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the Students Loan Trust Fund. And we're talking about the no fee stress policy and everything. Just because some of you have actually reached out to us, you've talked about all the challenges that you've had in assessing the form. You've said your programs are not on the form, on the portal. And so how do you get to assess it and apply when you don't have your program listed there? Well, stay with us because your questions or your concerns are going to be addressed this morning here on the Super Morning Show. But if you're ready to dare, dream and deliver in the world of IT, then look no further than Jackson Institute of Technology. That's JIT, the only NIIT authorized training center in Ghana. At JIT, they provide world-class IT training for individuals and corporate organizations, equipping you with industry-relevant skills in software development, cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, digital marketing, and more. They offer globally recognized certifications, practical job-ready training, and flexible hybrid learning options, which allows you to study online or on-site. Now, their expert instructors ensure hands-on learning experiences that prepare you for success in today's digital world. Conveniently located on the Ring Road near Circle in the heart of Accra's Central Business District, and in Kumasi, JIT has a Jackson Educational Complex headquarters at Udiasi near KNUST. JIT provides easy access for students and corporate clients, and their state-of-the-art auditorium is also available for corporate events, seminars, and training sessions. Call or WhatsApp them now on 0596 996037 or 0596 996038 or 0552 714635, or visit their website jit.edu.gh. JIT, your gateway to a thriving IT career.
And if you're a graduate from the University, Polytechnic College of Education, Nursing and Midwifery College, or you have completed senior high school and you're looking for the opportunities to study your dream course abroad, especially after you've gone through the process, you've gotten loans from students' loan and you want to just add more. You can study in countries like Australia, Canada, UK, US, Ireland, New Zealand, and many more. These countries have excellent reputation in teaching and research. You can work part-time to support your studies and get up to 4-year post-study work visa when you complete successfully. Applications for September 2025 is ongoing. Contact Astolinks to get information about admission, scholarship, as well as how to secure your study visa. Astolinks is located at 4A Popo Street, East Legon. Call them on 026-534-1070 or visit their global headquarters, that is astolinks.net. Astolinks, pathway for success.
Now, Robert & Sons Optical Services new branch and it's now Roman Ridge inside the new Allied filling station and opposite the Ebony Washing Bay. They invite you, their cherished clients, to visit them and enjoy amazing discounts at their new Roman Ridge branch. Visit us our new ultra-modern Roman Ridge branch for comprehensive eye care and unbeatable products and services for children and adults. They are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call them now on 0507-656876 or 0501-519-111. For more information, terms and conditions apply. Robert & Sons Optical Services, now open in Roman Ridge. Seeing is believing.
And we all want a little more security when life gets unpredictable, a little more protection for our loved ones, because more is always better. Doc, not true?
Yeah.
More is always better. Now let me put you on the Absa Assure account. The Absa Assure account isn't just a banking product, it's a chance to have more than you expect. The Absa Assure account gives you domestic and commercial accident insurance cover, hospitalization benefits, permanent disability benefits, death cover, and a bundle of essential banking services, all for a single fee. No multiple payments, just one fee for everything. So you want more? Of course you do, because more is always better. Talk to Absa. Simply sign up with Absa today. Your story matters. Absa.
Great. So we've been joined by Hajia Sajida Shiraz, who is Chief Executive Officer of the Students Loan Trust Fund. Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
I believe you're doing very well.
I'm doing great.
And the Students Loan Trust Fund is doing well.
We are doing very well. Thank you.
The portal is operating.
I can see your colleague testing it out.
Yes, I have tested it also this morning. But tell me. I mean, so far, how many? First of all, how many people are you expecting to register or apply? How many have done that so far?
Okay, so the tentative numbers we got for first year admissions into public tertiary institutions was about 150,000.
Okay.
As at this morning, about 76,000 had accessed our portal, and 55,637 people had completed applications at the time I stepped into the studio.
Okay. For purposes of clarification,
yes, please.
When you say public tertiary institutions,
yes,
help
please.
us understand.
Okay.
What constitutes public tertiary institution for the no fee stress policy?
Thank you very much. So the public tertiary institutions we are referring to are the 168 institutions that are determined by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission as public. And these comprise 16 public universities, 10 technical universities, 92 nursing training colleges, 47, it was previously 46, but with the addition of the Savannah College of Education, now 47 public colleges of education and 3 colleges of agriculture. So we have 168 public tertiary institutions.
So what is the objective of the no free stress policy? What has it set out to do, and how are you going to do it?
So the no free stress policy is to alleviate hardships for those seeking to access higher education. We are sitting in this studio today, and I sit as the steward of the Students Loan Trust Fund because I had access to education. So the John Dramani Mahama government, in thinking about ways in which it wanted to enhance access to education, of course identified issues of financing as one of the biggest challenges. So it set out to create a policy to alleviate these hardships, and the no fee stress policy was calibrated as one of those that they thought could help. And it's a series of policies no fees choice, when we say no fees choice, it's actually an umbrella policy. It has several subcomponents to it, including the no academic fee policy, which is what we are discussing right now. And then it also has the free tertiary for disability or disabled persons. And then it also has what we call the student loan plus initiative. So it has several sub-policies, all determined or all targeted towards alleviating financial hardships for students.
So there's a disability student loan plus, and then the no free
academic fee policy.
We'll go for a quick break.
Yes,
when we
please.
return, we want you to break it down.
Yes, please.
What each of those sub policies are going to do, what each of them will address, and how you're going to do that right here on the show for us.
I'll be happy to.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Spintex Plaza, where living and working blend seamlessly.
Spintex Plaza, the place to be. Furnished apartments feel so free.
Imagine coming home to a luxurious furnished apartment with everything you need.
Rooftop pool, swim under the sky. Rooftop bar where the good times fly. Rooftop gym, get fit and strong. Spintex Plaza, you can't go wrong.
Spintex Plaza, your home, your work, your lifestyle. Come see us today or call us on 0241 327 363. www.spintexplaza.net.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back. This is the Super Morning Show. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. I'm here with Winston Amoah.
Yeah.
And we have
Hajia Sajida Shiraz, who is Chief Executive Officer of the Students' Loan Trust Fund, joining us this morning to have a conversation about the no fee stress policy. But of course, we'd also be talking, and that policy itself consists of free fees for persons with disability, free first year fees, and we're also told that you can actually have access to student loan. Of course, that's what the Loan Trust Fund is all about. In the years we're advocating a students' loan trust fund in those years. So these are the things under that particular policy, and she's been taking us through
the
everything
numbers.
that you need to do. Yeah.
So this year, the projected number is 150,000 students.
Yes, that's the number that we have been given as those that were admitted into public tertiary institutions.
I know K University
please.
did about 38,000 students for matriculation. University of Ghana did over 15,000. So all the universities have those numbers.
Yes, please.
Now, you have 500 million Ghana cedis to spend for the first years for the 2024-2025 academic year.
Yeah.
But you
499.6 million.
Yeah, if I dash you 2,000 cedis, you get to 500.
For purposes of analysis, 500 million. It makes it very easy.
For accounting purposes,
We can
if the 2,000 is missing, they will come
give you
for
a
me.
2,000 cedis.
Yes, I mean, I can agree for accounting purposes. If the 2,000 is missing, you'll be made to pay.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
And out of this 150 expected, you've been able to register about 50,000.
55,000.
So I'm trying to use round of the numbers to make the conversation easy. You launched a platform in April, and this is to give grants to students and parents, but you have only 30% or 35% of the expected number registering. What could be the problem?
I honestly don't think we are doing too badly. The portal was launched on the 29th of April. That's less than a month. And then the numbers we have are just organic registrations. We haven't amped up PR yet. This week we intend to embark on registration drives. Most schools were even on break within the period, so the informations may not have filtered down as possible. So I honestly think we are not doing very badly for just organic registrations and driven by PR. We've not advertised it. And the way we intend to implement this is that we don't expect that we would wait for all 150,000 to apply before we start implementation. I sent out a press statement last week that said that we're prepared to start reimbursements from next month. The way our implementation is, we are taking the applications because we intend to reimburse, and then of course we need to take the banking information to facilitate that. But alongside that, we also have another portal that we call the Tertiary Institutions Portal. And the public institutions, we've engaged them, and then we've trained their staff, nominated 2 member staff from each public tertiary institution, and they are concurrently uploading the data of admitted students. So after taking the applications, we're also validating. Of course, I saw you applying, you are not a first year student. So the thought is that anybody can go on our portal and apply, but how do you validate their studentship? It is to cross-reference it against data you receive from schools. So in real time, we are also validating.
I mean, wouldn't it have been better to, for instance, before you go, you know that, okay, so this person has admission. So
Yes,
once
please.
he clicks in his admission number, quickly would bring his details and then he goes ahead instead of having to do this and then later on you're now getting the list from the university?
Yeah, that's another way to have gone about it, but then there were logistical issues with it. And we are asking 168 universities to, or public tertiary institutions, to send us data. If I was asked this morning, only University of Ghana out of the 16 public universities had uploaded. I anticipate that by the end of this week, many of them would have uploaded. So if I was to wait for them to do that, it would take a longer time. So, but as it goes along, once you have, so today, for instance, if you wanted to validate all University of Ghana's first year students who have applied through our portal, we'll be able to, because we have the data from the universities. So we can't, I don't think that it is feasible, or it's not going to be very prudent to have to wait for everyone to apply before we start reimbursements. Once we start to validate, we'll start to reimburse.
So you start reimbursement in a month's time, right?
Yes, our timeline for it is that we wanted to amp up, or we want to amp up PR this week, so we can have higher enrollments or higher registrations. First, second week of June, we start validations, and then third week, we are ready to go.
Do you have any deadline for registration for the students and their parents?
So far, no, but the quicker you register them, the faster, because the way it's going to be done, it means it's going to be phased. So if we are able to do 50,000 validations, so at any given time, there will be students at various stages of payments. But the first payment, I want to be, even if you can pay 100,000, people will be happy. So if you want to be paid as quickly as possible, my encouragement is that please go onto the portal and register your information so we can validate your studentship and then pay you.
We are talking to the Chief Executive Officer of the Students' Loan Trust Fund, Hajia Dr. Sajida Shiraz, and we are basically talking about funding tertiary education in the country. Her agency is the one implementing the No Free Stress policy, the Students' Loan Plus policy, and the free education for persons with disability. And we are trying to understand what they are trying to do so far and where they are. So far, over 70,000 students have accessed the portal. About 50,000, a little over 50,000 have been able to register. The target, based on the data from the schools, 168 schools, is to pay school fees for 150,000 students. So 35% have registered and will be reimbursed. We have about 70% who have still not registered, and we are trying to understand how everything is going to go. Now, you mentioned that reimbursements are going to begin very soon. How are you going to do it? Are you going to pay these into the accounts of the students, or you are going to pay this forward to the universities for their second year school fees?
Okay, so for this academic year, we are paying directly to students. In the lead up to this decision, we engaged all the stakeholders. We talked to Vice Chancellors Ghana, we talked to the principals of colleges of education, we talked to Vice Chancellors of technical universities and some other civil society actors.
Parents?
We spoke to, well, at this level of education, we believe that the students have agency, so we engaged the National Union of Ghana students. Most of our constituents are adults, so we dealt with them directly through their elected leaders, and then the determination was made that it would be better to reimburse the students directly, because a lot of them have already paid their fees. There are some in school now who haven't paid their fees, and the schools gave them a little grace because of the government's promise to reimburse, so which is one of the reasons the reimbursements are determined to be necessary. So we are going to pay the monies directly to the students, and to facilitate that, if you go through our portal, we've identified the Ghana Commercial Bank as a disbursement medium. We spoke to many financing institutions and disbursement partners, and then we determined that GCB had a wider reach, and they also had the accounts they were making available to students were e-accounts, saying that without even stepping into a banking hall, they can access or transfer their monies from their accounts. So our system is integrated with a GCB account creation mechanism, such that if you don't have an existing GCB account, in real time, within 5 minutes, you would have gone through our registration and then the creation of an account for disbursement.
Winston, I tried to open an account and check if I could apply.
Yeah.
And the first phase, so I went to the Students Loan Trust Fund office, clicked on no fee stress, and the portal opened. The first phase, I had to enter my Ghana card number and take a photo.
Yeah.
I entered my Ghana card number, and it's telling me that I do not qualify because my data has not been uploaded in the system. So I think that's one security feature that's going to help us to prevent people from just cheating the system and getting money that is not due them. But earlier you were talking about some budgetary issues and raising some concerns about how we are funding this and how we came about the 500 million to fund this.
Exactly, Hajia. So 500 million, 499.8 million.
Yes, sir.
For 150,000. How much have we budgeted for each student?
Okay, I'm treading a fine line here because some issues may be above my pay grade. We are an implementing agency. We get policy direction from the Ministry of Education. I know that data was taken from the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, and based on those projections, the allocated amount of 499.8 million was allocated towards reimbursements. Of course, we are going about our business, say that there'll be an audit trail, and then however whichever amount we end up using as reimbursements, the public would be able to assess that. But I am also part of a technical committee that is trying to determine, based on data from each institution, how much we are reimbursing to students. It's not done yet, so it will be preemptive for me to share that information.
But however, for purposes of planning,
yes, please.
If you're giving 499.8 million to 150,000 students,
yes, please,
you have a fair idea how much you're giving each student.
Yeah.
So that is what I want to know. In reaching that amount, what fair idea were you giving? On the average, would say each student is entitled to this amount on the average, before we get into all other things.
Okay, so again, I'm careful. I'm wondering what I can share and what I can't share, because
feel free.
Well, feeling free may cost me my job.
Oh no, it wouldn't cost you.
I know. I'm just we can. It's quick math actually. 499.8 million divided by 150,000.
3,333 average.
I know that some amounts may have been allocated towards operationals, and I think that the projected amounts would have been around 2,000 something per head.
Okay.
But again, in looking at the data, we have done that across institutions. We see that some would be on the higher end of it. Some would be 3,005. Some would be 2,000. Some would be 1,008. Again, there's been some controversy about academic user fee and what we mean when we say that. And even across institutions, it's operationalized differently.
Yeah.
So some people have gone on to school, they've checked the fee schedules for schools and have put out information that, their academic facility user fee is just 400 cedis. That means that all this noise is just for that. I assure you that the technical committee is looking, because the spirit of the policy, the intention behind it was to alleviate hardship.
Yeah.
So if somebody is paying 3,000 fees, just because it's billed academic facility user fee and it's 400 cedis, you don't justify the policy by just paying for that.
Okay. I think the explanation was given even prior to the taking over of the government, that it was admission. During the vetting, the Minister of Education said admission fee. What we checked is that now admission fee is all that you have to pay at the beginning of that year, academic year. So it includes everything. So that's what the policy takes care of. Is that not the case?
I have maybe before you answer, maybe Winston, I can go through an admission letter of a first year student at the University of Mines and Technology. Now this student was offered a 4-year program in BSc Information Systems and Technology. And the admission is offered for the 2024-2025 academic year and cannot be deferred. Now the offer is based on the information you've provided, which indicates that you have satisfied so all those things are there. Now the school says you have to pay the following non-refundable fees to cover your tuition, which is AFUF, the academic facility user fee, and accommodation, residential facility user fee for the year. For academic facility user fees, it is 3,690.20, and for accommodation, it is 3,715. You put these things together, and it's about 7,000.
Oh, it's just the academic facility user fee.
So in this case, what are you paying for? Is it academic facility user fee plus RFUF or just?
Okay, so I think in issues like this, it's very clear. The operationalization is clear. Academic facility user fee, accommodation. But for some institutions, they have a whole gamut of fees, levies, and things that's. So it's not as clear cut as this.
So where it's not clear cut, what do you do?
So again, like I said, it's not solely my decision. I sit there as the implementing agency because, of course, I have some additional perspective. But the conversation now is, so this says 3,600. The conversation now is, are we going to consider paying the entirety of the academic facility user fee, which is what was promised, and which is doable because some students would have to pay 1,600.
Yeah.
So I think that the balancing.
So when you did your budgeting, you took all these things into consideration and arrived at that 500 million as being adequate to pay for these. Because I know that in some of the schools, for example, if you go to KNUST, what a social science student will pay as academic facility user fee is different from what a medical student will pay.
That's for sure.
From what a pharmacy student will pay. There's also the other thing to do with, say, fee-paying students. So if I'm a student and I'm admitted as a fee-paying student, will this program pay for my fees, or you'd pay the regular non-fee-paying component of my general fee?
So again, SLTF is the implementing agency. We take policy direction from the Ministry of Education, which of course is the representative of, is the government's ministry in charge of education. So I have some insight because I sit on the technical committee, but the findings of that committee will be made available to the public in due time. So I'm careful to not overstep. And then of course we are actually exploring a launch prior to reimbursement, at which and I expect that during the launch all this policy information will be made available to the public.
Just by way of clarification,
yes, please.
It occurs to me that you're still going through the modalities, and that there may be situations that you'd have to take a second look at it, reconsider it, and a decision made. Is that the case?
Well, not necessarily. So, for instance, we have clarity on what the policy direction is. There were several implementation scenarios. For instance, the policy could have started for the 2025-2026 academic year, but the president in his thought that he wanted to extend the grace to students, even though most of the students, even some were even admitted prior to the NDC government taking power, and also because he was aware of some students in schools still unable to pay their fees, decided to make the policy take retroactive effects. So we know, for instance, that rather than credit schools, we are reimbursing. Their amounts to be determined is dependent on a lot of data. So it's not like a flat rate fee. That we are looking at 150,000 students.
Is that a flat number? 150,000.
150,000. There's some lesson on it.
Go ahead.
So we are looking at more than 150,000 students across 168 institutions. So even the institutions are a lot. And within institutions, you have basic and applied sciences, you have humanities, you have so many other courses. And within those programs, there are differentials. So if I gave you a number, it wouldn't be an adequate representation of how much we are given, because we are dealing with so many programs.
Exactly, and that's why, and that's why I ask this question, because you may have a figure you're dealing with.
Yes, please.
Now, while dealing with that figure also, you make the point that there's a possibility somebody may pay less.
Yeah.
But there's also the possibility somebody may pay extremely higher, say 4,600, 4,500, 4,000. You're budgeting within the region of 2,000.
Yes, please.
For purposes of analysis, let me put it at 2007, maybe 2006, or let me even say 3,000.
Okay.
For purposes of analysis. Now, at what point would you say we cannot pay? Is there a ceiling, or once the amount is brought, payment will be made? That's what I want to understand.
Again, a final determination will be made, but what I anticipate is that there are two scenarios. I would share that because I realize I'm being very evasive. There are two scenarios possibly. One, depending on the savings we make from those on the lower end of the spectrum, we could just say that we have enough money to cover everything. And then this is where the applications may help us, because we have 150,000 admitted students. Some students may decide that I can't be bothered, I have enough money that I'm not even going to register. So in the end, we may end up with 100,000 registrations, which gives us more spread with the money. So if we had that, for instance, and then there are students whose fees are 4,000, and these are the validated number of admitted first year students we have, it's policy in motion actually, and the minister, depending on the exigencies of the day, may get up and advise you differently. Well, based on the extra monies you have, rather than pay parts, pay all. But this is what I think would happen. If 2,700 per your mass is the highest ceiling, they could decide that, okay, let's do the upper cut, and then give I have sat in the conversations, and then the first thought was that, okay, if that's what, could we use the budgeted amount and pay everyone across board? But that would have been unfair to those whose fees are higher. Some people are paying 1,500 and we are reimbursing, so it doesn't make sense to pay them more than they have paid. The other is to say that let's make savings on those who are paying lower and then pay everyone what we promised we would pay. And the other is to say, okay, because of budgetary constraints, 2,007 is the upper cut. So even if your fees is 3,000, you get the higher limit. And if it is 1,005, because it is lower than what was the uppermost budgetary limit, let's pay you that. So there are several policy considerations.
I want to do something now.
Talk to me.
The data that is being uploaded.
Yes, please.
Does it come with fees, or they're just uploading admitted students?
So from the universities, we are taking their operationalization of what the academic fee is or its equivalent. I know, for instance, after engaging the Vice Chancellor of the UPSA, that they have nothing that they call academic facility user fee or academic fee. So when we engage universities, and when we engage, for instance, principals of colleges of education, our advocacy was that perhaps as an association, they should look at what they think is fair to bill government
so
as
they should
academic
give you a
fees.
breakdown.
Yes. So for every student, actually, we are asking for, in addition to their, from the institutions, we are taking the names of students, we are taking their Ghana card information so we can make sure it tallies with the numbers that the students provide us. We are taking their program information, and this is to be sure that the students are registered and that they are also enrolled for accredited programs, because we are not covering unaccredited programs. It has to be accredited. And then we are also asking, and at the time we were taking the data, even, it was just for the data gathering process. Like, it wasn't, because we knew that the ministry would determine, based on data available to it from the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, that the ministry was going to give us direction as how much was reimbursable per student. We just decided to take the extra step of getting the information directly from the universities so we can have some extra perspective.
Now, in that case, then you would have a fair idea. So you have a fair idea, the amounts involved. But would you also agree that because of what you intend to do, as in a case-by-case basis, a phased implementation could pose certain challenges?
How so?
Because then you're facing it. So what if you implement at one point, and then subsequently you have people coming in with funds that may be beyond what you expect?
Okay.
You get the point?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that I was just trying to pull out data that I think that we will be fine. And I say this trusting in the government's commitment to doing right by its promises. And if the government has allocated 499.8 million towards the implementation of this, if we do have funding shortfalls, I am assured that the John Mahama government would find ways to bridge that funding gap.
You say if there are funding shortfalls, you believe?
I trust so.
You trust so. This morning we're joined by Haja Sajida Shiraz, who is Chief Executive Officer of the Students' Loan Trust Fund. Stay with us. When we return, we're going to be asking that critical question. Why are certain programs not on the portal?
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Building or renovating? Look no further. At Interface Limited, we have everything you need to create stunning spaces.
Transform your interiors with our top quality plasterboards, acoustic ceilings, and cement boards.
Step into style with our exquisite laminate and engineered floors. And for your data centers, durable raised access floors.
Elevate your outdoor spaces with our WPC decking and fencing.
Protect your home with our beautiful and reliable roof shingles, insulation, canopies, and PVC fascia boards.
Add a touch of elegance with our beautiful POP cornices and roses.
Quality, affordability, and style all in one place. Building a better Ghana, one space at a time. Visit www.interfacelimited.net or call 0274 999 999.
TCL's champion deals are here and they are big and bold. Buy 50-inch, 55-inch or 65-inch TCL QLED Pro 4K Smart Android TV starting from 7,999 Ghana cedis and get free 32-inch TCL TV. Buy TCL 75-inch, 85-inch or 98-inch TV and get free 43-inch TCL TV. The bigger the purchase, the better the deal. Buy TCL 115-inch QD Mini LED 4K TV and get a free 85-inch TCL TV. Discount so huge you feel like a winner. Looking for TCL refrigerators, washing machines, water dispensers, audio soundbar and more at cool deals? Rush to TCL showrooms and authorized TCL dealers in Ghana before stock runs out. Terms and conditions apply. TCL, inspire greatness.
Do you know that NIT is back in Ghana? Yes, you heard it right. NIT is back in Ghana, and Jackson Institute of Technology is the official partner. It's bigger, it's better, and it's here to revolutionize IT education in Ghana. Get ready for world-class training and unmatched opportunities powered by Jackson Institute of Technology. Jackson Institute of Technology is shaping futures with hands-on IT training for youth, students, and professionals. Courses include cybersecurity, Python programming, data analytics, networking and hardware essentials, and Microsoft Office Suite. We offer flexible schedules, affordable payment plans, and expert trainers with globally recognized certifications. Scholarships are available for women and girls. Sign up early to grab yours. You can locate us in Accra at Abna Atia Towers, Ring Road Central, or you can call us to enroll on 059 699 6037 or 059 699 6042. Take the first step towards your dream career with Jackson Institute of Technology, where your tech future begins.
In recognition of Mental Health Month, join us for the Mental Health Forum 2025, a powerful free event championing mental well-being in Ghana. It's happening on Saturday, May 31st at the Accra International Conference Center, starting 10 a.m. sharp. Come experience moving stories, expert insights, and real solutions. Meet leading psychologists, change makers, and public voices, all coming together to say, your mind matters. Let's break the silence. Let's end the stigma. Let's heal together. Mental Health Forum 2025, Beyond Stigma. Brought to you by Premier Rehabilitation Center in partnership with the Mental Health Authority, Ghana Psychology Council, Joy News and Joy Prime. Proudly supported by the Ministry of Health, Vena Mineral Water, Dyson, Compute Ghana,
Telecel, Omni BSIC, Latest Foam, Melcom, Marina Mall,
Bistro, Le Magela, Safe Bond, The Cafe, Polo Club, Gourmet Gardens, Premier 369 Limited,
and Every African.
City's not picky promotion. As you requested, we have dropped our prices for you. So rush to any Electroland showroom or authorized dealer store across Ghana and grab your desired Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO appliances at unbeatable prices. For your favorite TVs, refrigerators, air conditioners, washing machines, gas cookers, home theaters, microwaves, and many more, we have them on price drop. Thanks to the city's appreciation against the dollar. Enjoy convenient prices that fit your budget. Don't miss out. City's not picky. Electroland Day for you.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning we're joined by Hajia Sajida Shiraz, who is the CEO of the Students' Loan Trust Fund. We're having a conversation about the Students' Loan Trust Fund. Before the break, I said that we're going to ask that question because people have reached out to us and said, I went into the portal and I didn't find my program in there. What's happening? How come certain programs are not there?
Okay, thank you very much. As said earlier, the institutions on there are public tertiary institutions, and the programs on there are accredited programs. So you may be a student of an accredited tertiary institution, but if your program is not accredited, you're unlikely to find that. And we draw that data directly from the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. So if you are absolutely convinced that you are pursuing an accredited program and you don't have that on the list, I'll be happy to have my officers address that promptly. But as far as I know, the only reason you would not find your program on the portal is if it is not accredited.
Or is it just is it that the schools have not uploaded all the information? Because this admission letter I read earlier for UMAT with a school fees of 3,690.20, the person was offered BSc Information Systems and Technology, which is an accredited program because we've done our checks.
Okay.
But the person is unable to register because the program is not on the portal.
So we get our data for accredited programs from the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. Again, because I don't know about the details of the program, I won't be able to speak to specifics. But I'll be happy to cross-check with my officers. What I know is that for every institution, we have, and this is what we typically do for even our student loans. You go through some application process, and then the one of the metrics for determining if you qualify for a loan is accreditation. And we had a conversation with GTech, and now they even put us in copy for every new accreditations. So I think that we are fairly certain that all the data we have for accredited programs are up to date. But again, human error happens. So if a student is absolutely convinced, we'll be happy to check with GTech and have that uploaded. I should also say that this is for diploma. The cutoff is we are doing for diploma and degree programs.
Okay.
So I know, for instance, for some nursing institutions, they are doing certificate programs. So you may be a student, a first year student, but then your program is certificate and not diploma. Our policy direction is to process reimbursements for diploma and degree students. So the only reason why at this moment you would not find your program on it is if it is not on our list for reimbursable or for programs that qualify for reimbursements.
I'm looking at the cash flow statement for the Students' Loan Trust Fund for the year ended 31st December 2023. And one line interests me. Transfers received from Ministry of Education for teacher trainee allowances, 108 million. That was 2023. In 2024, it was 116 million. Now, with the no fee stress policy, teacher trainees are going to also benefit, so their school fees are going to be paid. Will you continue giving them the trainee allowances, or now, since their fees are being paid, they are also expected to apply for the regular student loans like any other tertiary student?
So about a month ago, we paid the outstanding student or teacher training allowances for about 65,000 teacher trainees across First Public Colleges of Education at the time. And as far as I know, the directive is still to continue. Whether SLTF would still be the implementing agency is something up for discussion, because I heard the president say that he's considering having controller paid directly to students monthly. So as far as I know, there's nothing I've heard that suggests so far that teacher training allowances would be cancelled. And I see how that makes sense, even though it looks like double grants, which I'm sure was your concern when you brought it up. It's not unheard of to want to incentivize programs you consider necessary for the growth of a nation, and we all agree that teaching is one of those professions. As much as possible, you want to incentivize people to want to go into teaching. So if the government thinks that the way to do that is to, in addition to paying first year students to access tertiary education as teachers, and then in addition to that, it wants to incentivize them with allowances, I think that what we should be looking at is trying to see how we can find the money to make that sustainable.
Okay. let's talk about persons with disabilities.
Yes, sir.
The government has elected to pay their school fees. Is it for just the first year, or you are paying their fees for the full duration of their courses? And how much of their fees, the quantum, are you going to cover if it's for the first year or for the full duration?
Okay, as I said earlier, the free tertiary for persons with disabilities is part of the broad spectrum of policies that comprise the no fee stress policy. So as part of the data we are taking disability information, but then we are also right now exploring how we open that up for students already in school. The implementation of this policy, however, would be multi-institutional, or it will span several agencies, because it's a social protection program. For instance, Ministry of Gender would have some level of interest, and previously the scholarship secretariat offered some scholarships for persons with disabilities. So I know that the ministry is bringing us together. We've started some conversations on how to liaise to implement this seamlessly. So what we are doing right now is rolling it out in increments, starting from the no academic fee policy. So what I have better clarity on right now is the no academic fee policy. I can share that the no disability fee policy is going through the policy conversations now.
So we don't know whether it's covering the full duration of their studies.
Oh, it is supposed to cover.
It is covering
the
full duration of their studies. So a person with disabilities registered in your system is going to be covered throughout.
Yes, and unlike the no academic fee policy, where we are determining some fee to cover and others not to, I understand that one would be more holistic. It will cover some other fees.
I also have a concern to do with ghost names.
Okay.
Even though I've tried the portal, and the first level of security does not allow me to go further. We know in this country there are a lot of digital things we've done, and still ghost names have appeared within the system. What checks and balances have you put in place as a Students' Loan Trust Fund to ensure that at all costs every city goes to a deserving recipient?
So trust me, when we started this conversation, I had the same worry, and I pushed my team, and I'm sure they are listening in now, and I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to them for their good work. So what we did first was to integrate a liveliness test into our application process. So our system is integrated with the NIA system, such that once you enter your Ghana card details, you can do an instant liveliness test and verify your Ghanaianness and your eligibility. So your data is then pulled from the NIA servers, and then it populates our information pages. So the only other information you may need to type in necessarily would be the institutional information. And then subsequently, like I said, we have an application process. We could have just taken the applications and said anyone who goes onto our portal is a first year student. Okay. But we're also taking the data directly from the institutions, and then we are validating. So the institution is giving us a list of students they have admitted for the 2024-25 academic year, and then based on our registrations, we verify that the data the students gave us, for instance, on admission numbers, on program of study, matches that of the university. Okay. And I think that after that, as a final look through, we have some independent people that we want to look at. We want this to have an audit trail, so that anybody interested in the entire process of implementation can track it from inception to reimbursements, to be sure that we are doing right by the people of Ghana.
Great. We'll be activating the phone lines shortly. And I see many of you sending in your messages to keep them coming. I'll be asking a question on the accredited programs, but the phone lines have been activated on 0302 0551111 0551111 Kojo, how about the other one?
Yes, the studio line is 0302 216 541 0302 216 541, and the WhatsApp line is 055 1111 997. Should we read some messages or go to the phone line first?
Let me just quickly chip in this question about the unaccredited programs. A university advertises a program and I apply. How is it my fault that I cannot access a grant by the government of Ghana because the university and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission may not have done the right things?
I'm not sure that we get to put everything on the universities or the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, because I think
the universities must run accredited programs.
Yes, please.
Every program that's unaccredited must not be allowed to run.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to I'm going to say that. So we assume that university is doing the right thing, and because the assumption is that every first year student was admitted to an accredited program, which means that we are right to hold that metric true.
But you've told us that GTech would also has given you a list of accredited programs.
Yes, please.
And
we should tally with that of the university.
There could be the possibility that something is not accredited. Stay with us now. Let's get on to the phone lines. You can also join us on 0302-216-541 and then 055-1111-997. Francis is in Achimota. Francis, good morning.
Morning, Director. Please, I want to know whether those who don't have the ID card, because right now my daughter is in the university and is finding it difficult to get the ID card. So what do you do?
What ID card?
Which ID card are you talking about?
I mean the NIE.
The Ghana card?
The Ghana card. Yeah.
Okay. So those who don't have the Ghana card, what's the question? Go ahead.
How do they apply?
Great. We'll answer that question for you. Seth is in Accra. Seth, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Seth, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to find out that some of the students applied to go to a fee paying because their grade are not up to, and they fought to get that fee. That's fee. Some are not used to paying. I want to find out whether they are also part of this beneficiary. Those who benefit from it.
Thank you very much, Seth. So whether fee paying students are part. Ahmed in Kaswa, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, please, I want to find out if students who are at this NIEP, the school around the Sunyani, the UDS, and then Accra University, Accra Technical University, because they have 2 semesters. Some start somewhere in September, some start in January. I don't know how we are going to join these cohorts together. I don't know.
The Accra Technical University. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ahmed in Kaswa. Let's get to Lawe Chidia case. Chidia, good morning. Oh, I think we lost you, Chidia. Please try and get in touch with us again.
Hello?
Hello, Chidia. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
The madam's name, I'm not clear with it. Is it Ajia Doctor or what?
My name is Dr. Sajida Shiraz.
Good. You made us understand that the payment should be made directly to the students, not the school.
Yes, please.
What thought came into that? What research has gone into that? That the money shouldn't be paid to the school, but rather the students. I want to understand what thought went into that.
Okay, thank you very much, Chidiak. You can also join us 0302-216-541 and then 055-1111-997. This morning we're joined by Dr. Sajida Shiraz, who is the CEO of the Students Loan Trust Fund, and she's been answering all the questions that you have concerning the no fee stress policy. So let's get into the questions. Let's start answering them.
Okay, thank you very much. The question about whether you can register if you do not have a national identification card.
The Ghana card, yes.
Yes, please. The answer to that is no. And we have liaised with the NIA, and then they have assured us that their officers are on standby to issue ID cards for students who do not have that. But my understanding is that the number of students who do not have this are not even a lot. So please, I encourage all students who do not have Ghana cards to go and get one, as it is an important part of our verification process. There was a question on the cohorts, some starting in September, some starting in January. As long as they are admitted onto the 2024-2025 academic year, irrespective of what month they start, they qualify for this grant if they are students of public tertiary institutions pursuing accredited programs. There was a question about the thought process that went into deciding to reimburse students. And I can share some perspective because
Please hold on that. I need to just pick the last caller. Jones in La. Jones, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Kojo. And let me say good morning to Jifaguni and our new MC, Anyete. Nadia, thank you so much for what you guys are doing. And this is
when we say we are putting money in people's pockets, this is what Mahama is doing. And we thank God for everything. We pray that it goes on successfully. May I ask if UPSA is also included? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes. So that's our final caller. Let's get back to the thought process that went into it. Yes. Into paying to the students directly.
Okay. So the policy as conceptualized was supposed to be, it was to ease financial burdens for students. And during conceptualization, the thought was that when students get admitted, the student loan trust fund serves as a guarantor institution with the tertiary institutions and say, we are covering all first year students. We are covering the academic user fees of all first year students. So register them, we are going to pay directly to you. So the thought was that we're going to get a bill for first year students from all 168 universities and then pay directly to them. But then when we decided to do the implementation for the 2024-2025 academic year, we realized that about 70% of students had paid their fees already to students, with about 30% based on our interactions or our engagements with student leaders and with institutions not paying their fees. So if we had paid this money directly to schools, it would have meant that they would need to either refund the 70% who had already paid the fees, or have to go through the logistical difficulty or of deciding to credit them for the second year. And the universities they had already taken their fees anyway from students. They didn't want the extra work. So the thought was that reimburse them, and then for this year, we take our monies from the students who haven't yet paid their fees. But the future trajectory of the policy is something that this is a piloting. We'll take lessons from it, would improve, and then through our process of continuous learning, we hope that after the implementation, of course, I'll come back and I'm sure you subject me to the grilling of what could have been better, and then based on that and that learning, we can have a conversation on how much more seamlessly we can implement it for the future.
Okay, so there's a question about whether UPSA is part.
Oh, UPSA is part, that's covered.
Okay, and how about those who are fee paying?
So the fee paying again is a policy conversation that has been had. That again it has rich finality, but I can't share that because it's not mine to share. The conversation I know it is whether to give them coverage. So for instance, if somebody is doing political science but a regular student, and we are doing political science fee paying, will the equitable thing to do will it be to give the coverage that you give to a regular student? So as part of our data taking anyway, we have asked students to provide information for whether they are regular or fee paying students. But when the policy determination is made, we would convey that to the public before reimbursements.
Somebody asked a question that if you've been asked to go and read medicine,
yes, please.
Their fees very high.
Very.
What happens to them? Do you take care of that?
Of course, there are going to be equitable considerations in determining how much each student gets. And subjects like, or courses like medicine, are courses that I know that the government has investment in promoting. So as much as possible, ease financial burden on students. I know that the consideration will be given for giving additional coverage to courses like that.
You'll be prepared to absorb all the fees?
Not all. The determination when it is made for what qualifies as academic fees, then the coverage will be given for that.
This
but
one says
it will be higher.
Okay, my son has applied via the portal. He went to GCB to open the account generated on the portal. Is that all he needs to do, or there's some other process?
Okay, so GCB, in our conversations with them, if you want a fully functional bank account, you can decide to walk into GCB and have it activated, so you can have other services. But if it is just for the purposes of reimbursements, a link or an e-link would be sent to you, and through that you would have access to your money when it is sent into your account, and you can transfer it onto a Momo wallet if that's what you want to do. But if you decide that you want to explore the full spectrum of banking services that GCB offers, I would advise that you walk into a banking hall and have it activated and regularized as a regular account.
Great. We'll come back to you, Dr. Sajida Shiraz, CEO of the Students' Loan Trust Fund. But there's more Cerelac for your city, more goodness for baby. So you know what we're talking about? The new 300-gram Cerelac wheat pouch. It's the same great Cerelac that you love, now in a convenient 300-gram pouch for easy refilling of your Cerelac tin. Get the new 300-gram Cerelac wheat pouch today to refill, save, and smile. More goodness, less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. And this is FDA approved.
A Didija advert. I can say relax is for babies.
Yeah, but why do you want to go and have Cerelac?
But it's nice adults. We also like eating Cerelac. Why do they always say the advert is for babies?
Don't do that. Don't fight with your baby.
They say it's for babies. We will eat. Now let me tell you about the good news from MTN. If you want to join the MTN family or grab an extra MTN SIM card, all you need to do is to have just 10 Ghana cedis on your Ghana card. Yes, only 10 Ghana cedis. You can get a new MTN SIM card. Head down to any MTN service center, Connect store, or your nearest authorized community shop to take advantage of this fantastic offer. And remember to purchase your new SIM card and get connected. And all you need is to bring your valid Ghana card, just like you need for the Student Loan Trust Fund. And it's simple. Don't buy your SIM anywhere else for more than 10 Ghana cedis. So what are you waiting for? Experience the most amazing network when you join the Yellow family today.
So this season, Unbelievable is yours to own with DSTV with so much content on offer. Your sport for choice. Get Unbelievable local entertainment with House of Clue, Shakalembe Season 2, Nigerian Idol Season 10, all on Aquaba Magic. Catch unbelievable sporting moments from the Premier League, Champions League, La Liga, Serie A, F1, tennis, and more. Laugh along with unbelievable kids' edutainment like Paw Patrol, Bluey, and SpongeBob SquarePants, and experience unbelievable international shows like Law and Order, Lioness, Special Ops, and Suits LA. So what are you waiting for? Just stay connected by dialing *59# today and own the unbelievable DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And are you ready to simplify your shipping experience? We are introducing DHL Express to you as your go-to solution for all your international shipping needs. Whether you're sending personal or official documents, gift items, paintings, cosmetics, clothing, dried fish, processed foods, or importing from Asia, Europe, the UK, the US, or anywhere in Africa, talk to DHL Express. They make it a breeze. All you have to do is to go to any of their main service points or individual outlets across the country. Your shipment will be processed whether inbound or outbound. And with real-time tracking, you always know where your package is. It's that simple. So ready to experience the ease of shipping? Visit dhl.com or call 0244-485176 or 0571-137-599 to learn more about their Express Easy service. DHL, excellence simply delivered. We are going for a quick break. When we return, we'll wrap up with Hajia Dr. Sajida Shiraj, the CEO of Student Loan Trust Fund. But me, if I'm a parent and I've paid fees and you want to refund, you are refunding to my child, not to me. How? Quick break, we'll be right back.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Sasso, come tonton preko. Sasso, mi se come tonton preko. Edwana drama in your buseshe. Yeah, how can see any malaria? Minya me pone me sasso spray. Every mosquito start to run away. Come tonton preko. Sasso, mi se come tonton preko. Come tonton preko. Sasso, come tonton preko. Nani sham ne die, demo stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Attention Ghana, the Green Revolution is here from 11th to 13th of June 2025. The Accra International Conference Center comes alive with the Ghana Horticulture Expo 2025, the nation's premier showcase of fruits, vegetables, technology, and export opportunity. Organized by the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters in collaboration with the Ghana Export Promotion Authority and proudly supported by Ghana Exim Bank, Fidelity Bank, Gesa, Agro City, Agro Monte, and GIZ, with Joy Business as the official media partner. This is your gateway to innovation, trade, and partnerships. And the highlight, the keynote address will be delivered by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. Book your exhibition stand or register now on www.ghanahortiexpo.com, or you can contact 0243-345-7783 or 053-522-4555. Ghana Horticulture Expo 2025. Growing Ghana, exporting excellence.
The EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair 2025. Dream it. Own it. Live it. Coming soon.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. This morning we're joined by Hajia Sajida Shiraz, who is CEO of the Students' Loan Trust Fund.
So Hajia, the 500 that has been budgeted for the 2024-2025 academic year, has it hit your accounts?
I trust
the
that
500 million.
I trust that it will this week. Not yet.
It will this week.
Yes, please.
And so you're expecting 500 million from the government for the free school fees. I'm sure you're expecting a little over 100 million also for teacher trainee allowances. And you also need funding for the regular loans that you give out and the persons with disabilities. So if I can do a rough estimation, you need about 800 million Ghana cedis to run. Do we have that money to keep this going? Is it sustainable? From where you sit, can we continuously do this?
I trust that. We've seen the magic the government has worked in the first few months of the new NDC administration. If we can bring the CD down from 16 to 12 or 11, I trust that there are savings that can be made to fund education. Education should be one of the topmost priorities of any government. So I think this is an important enough thing that if we are to prioritize and if we are to center the education of our youth, we should be able to find that money. But of course, sitting here as Student Loan Trust Fund CEO, it will be a missed opportunity to not take this to appeal to people who want to donate to us. Our Act mandates us to, in addition to getting money from Get Fund and some percentage from the communication service tax, and also in addition to the repayment, it mandates us to be able to receive donations from philanthropists or from international partners or local partners. Some of it is tax deductible. So if you have money to give us, we'll be happy to highlight it very positively, and you have our word that it will go towards funding higher education in Ghana.
Winston, you know the CST is under threat, right?
Which threat is that?
There's communication service tax. I think the current minister then said that they would scrap that tax, or he didn't say anything like that.
I haven't seen it in the budget.
Okay, so if it's scrapped, it means that the Students' Loan Trust Fund is going to lose that.
Well, I don't have any information about it scrapping. I know that we receive about 1%, but compared to the numbers we give up, it's actually quite negligible.
In the event that there's a new academic year and central government doesn't have money to give to you to pay these school fees, it means the schools are going to be owed by the students. How do you, if there should be any funding gap like that, how would you take care of that? Do you have any mechanism to take care of that if you are not getting 500 million from the central government? I am sitting here with the clarity of a CEO or the conviction of a CEO who trusts in the government that appointed me to the role. And I trust that, having given this word to the Ghanaian people and to students, that it is going to cover these fees, it would back that up with the funding necessary to implement. If there are any issues that come up that necessitates
a cancellation of the policy, or that makes government feel that it is unable to continue. What we have gotten so far from this government is clarity of communication. It communicates when it thinks that it's unable to do something. So I trust that if we ever do get there, I don't think we will. I trust that under the leadership of the president and with his officers, they will be able to find the money necessary to do this. But if they ever get to a place that they can't, it will be communicated quite clearly to the Ghanaian people. And I'm sure we'll do this so well that we can crowdfund it even if it's necessary.
Crowdfunding,
yes,
for free school.
That's not the headline, please. I trust that.
No. I've done crowdfunding before for rice production and all those things, so I know the possibilities. So that's why when you mention crowdfunding, I'm just saying that there are very for free university fees. There are novel funding options available, and you have to do it well enough that people are convinced about the necessity of the policy. But right now, as it stands, the government is committed and has shown its commitment. And before my coming into Student Loan Trust Fund, I think that now that I'm here with a platform as big as yours, I should address some of the issues that we had. 3 years before my coming in, Student Loan Trust Fund was not doing too well. For 3 years consecutively, we approved students for loans that we're unable to give them monies for. And I think that because of that, the Student Loan Trust Fund even suffered some reputational issues. What we have done since I've come in has been to be very intentional about the loan disbursements, and as at the time I sit here, we have cleared almost all first semester. I say almost because in real time some people are still applying. First semester disbursements for loans, we have cleared that, and we are prepared to roll over for second semester disbursements. So we are working, and we have the backing of government and the word of the ministers involved that whatever funding that is necessary for us to do the work that is important, they will make available to us. Okay. So I am very convinced that our government is committed to revamping the Student Loan Trust Fund as contained in the manifesto and to improving tertiary education financing.
Hajia Dr. Sajida Shiraz, CEO of the Student Loan Trust Fund. Thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. We're very grateful that you made time to join us. So you've promised that you would discuss with your officers for those programs that are not on the portal to find out what the problems could be. It's something we would come back to you for, because the people would need clarification on that. Thank you very much. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And twos and doing his thing, you know. Let me say good morning to Doji Boji, who's listening to us right now.
Doji
Akwanye.
He owes me something.
Akwanye.
He owes me something.
He understands. He's listening. But today is also the birthday of a superwoman. I need to do this. So it's a happy 70th birthday to Mrs. Ernestina Nade Dogbe, who is the mother of my very good friend Rudolph Dogbe. We call him Kokwaibe. So today is Rudolph's mother's birthday. So Mrs. Ernestina Nade Dogbe, you are 70 years today. Mommy, this party they will postpone it.
Yeah,
we'll do it later.
And let me say happy glorious birthday to Assistant Superintendent of Immigration Eric Ansre of the Koforidua Command. May the good Lord bless and protect you from all evil. From Shift A senior officers. Eric, happy birthday to you.
Now, the Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, CIB Ghana, is mandated to promote the study of banking and regulate the practice of banking profession in the country. And so the national, and as a result, they bring together the National Banking and Ethics Challenge, which is a quiz competition for universities to promote ethical standards, banking knowledge, and strengthen public trust and resilience in the banking industry in Ghana. Now, the challenge comes off on the 29th of May. That's on this Thursday at the CIB Ghana Auditorium, East Legon. The time is 9 a.m. Participating universities for the maiden edition are the University of Ghana, University of Professional Studies, Wisconsin University, Academic City University, and Pentecost University. I think UPSA would win this. Now, the winning university will go home with a trophy, plaque, and cash prize, certificate of participation, internship opportunities, and scholarship for the ACIB program. And Joy Business is the media partner for the 2025 National Banking and Ethics Challenge. KNUST is not part, but UPSA will win this.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I wish
you support the cause.
Yes, because of that Friday I'm in the UPSA enclave.
No.
Mimi Pedianeo. Yes, and because of my sister Ivy, I want UPSA to win it. Ivy Heward Mills, Now, Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited is your number one supplier of quality office essentials, and they are giving you the opportunity to buy everything you need by simply going online. KingdomStoreOnline.com. You don't need to physically go to any of their branches. This is hassle-free. They'll arrange delivery to your homes and offices within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Amoah across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark.
So Joy News proudly presents the top 10 impact makers, extraordinary individuals transforming communities through education, health, girl-child empowerment, and innovation. Now, from after-school programs in Kiseman to mental health advocacy in Ashanti region through to solar in the Upper West region, clean water projects, inclusive education, women's development, women's empowerment, and more. These are the true agents of change in marginalized communities across the country. Catch their inspiring stories on Joy News as we honor the selfless individuals reshaping lives one step at a time. The Joy News Impact Makers Award is brought to you by Macdan Foundation, Empowering Futures, Building Communities, Gold Key Properties, Transforming the Landscape, MNC Group Global, Totally Reliant, German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty, Latest Foam, Your Partner for Life, the Ghana CEO Summit and Expo, Inspiring Business Leaders and Economic Transformation. Joy News Impact Makers Awards, celebrating ordinary people making extraordinary impact.
And the leagues may be coming to an end, but the football action continues. Up next is a tournament where football meets culture and serious bragging rights are on the line. The Unity Cup is bringing together the national teams of Nigeria, Ghana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. So it's more like Afrobeats meeting palm wine, high life, and reggae and steel pan music. And of course, all the games are live on DSTV and GoTV from the 27th to 31st of May with a big one, the Jollof Derby between Ghana and Niger on 28th of May. Watch the games on GoTV Value and DSTV Access packages. The excitement is real. You can't afford to miss out. Dial star 759 hash to enjoy the tournament, and you can enjoy the tournament where every goal tells a story, every match creates a memory. GoTV, love it. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And it's just 4 minutes to 10, which means it's time for us to wrap it all up. Thank you very much.
Are we wrapping up like that?
Yes.
But they've closed the Ghana embassy in Washington.
No, they've brought all the stuff home.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
In effect, the embassy is not working.
And 2 hours ago, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa released a statement. He says that with the support of the president, he has carried out the following drastic and decisive actions following the damning findings of a special audit team he put together a couple of months ago to investigate alleged corrupt practices at Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C. So, number 1, the immediate dismissal of Mr. Fred Kwarting. Number 2, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs staff posted to Washington Embassy have been recalled home with immediate effect. The embassy's IT department has been properly dissolved. All locally recruited staff at the embassy have been suspended, and the Auditor General has been invited to conduct forensic exams of all transactions and to determine the total cost of this elaborate fraudulent scheme. Now, number 6 is Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C. shall be closed for a few days from today as we finalize the ongoing restructuring and systems overhaul. And he's apologizing for any inconvenience these radical measures may cause visa and passport applicants in the USA. He says this is part of President Mahama's government's zero tolerance for corruption, naked conflict of interest, and blatant abuse of office. And this is all because somebody created a link on the embassy site and they were collecting their own fees on the side. And it's been happening for some years. So that's the investigation and that's the announcement that he's made.
Well, there'll be more on the 10 a.m. news, but of course, yesterday was the birthday of Mrs. Victoria Kotia, who is wife of former Commissioner General of the Ghana Boundary Commission, Major General Emmanuel Kotia. So, belated happy birthday to you from Maxwell Agbagba and your husband. Kojo, that's all from us, isn't it?
That's all from us for the day.
Do have a lovely day. We'll leave you in the safe hands of DJ Obete, and then there'll be the news at 10, and then there'll be the Cosmopolitan Mix.